Surprise! You wasted it.
No, you didn't give it to him. You still have it to gift, or to auction, or to roll off.
Auction.
Or is this a test? The
Who's got?
watcher's like, I know, I don't want it. I don't want inspiration. And you have to do it anyway.
I want it.
Dude, it might be good to give it to Krennic.
This painting is really great. Like, actually, I really like the kobolds in it too. This is like the most perfect portrayal. Message of the day, my dog.
Not inside the cultist's cam.
Oh no. Here.
That's not it.
Just you can right click and resize and then fit to certain sizes.
Or smush face.
Wait. I see inside the cultist's camp, but I don't see.
What?
Nah, never mind. It's fine. It's alright.
Right click the picture and then
Yeah.
there's like that resize thing to the right.
Yeah.
Click that and then you can click original size or adjust horizontal or vertical and it will fill out your frame.
Oh, nice. That's awesome.
Yeah. I do that with maps all the time too. And then we also have our new hero banner.
Ooh. Let me resize that too.
Hey. Hey yo.
Hey, look, we're all on that hero banner. We're heroes.
Ooh.
I thought about putting quotes, but you guys have been pretty heroic so far. Alright.
We have been heroes, guys. We've been saving motherfuckers left and right.
No
I've
doubt.
just been smashing rocks with me tits.
This
No
is true
doubt.
too.
No doubt.
Quite heroically.
Alright. Everyone good to go?
Hey, I have a question.
Sure.
Where's Grimlaw? Are you subconsciously telling us that he is not a hero?
Oh
see.
shit. We
Well,
need a
first of all,
we need a
Grimlaw
good
is
painting
not
for Grimlaw.
a hero.
We'll see.
Yeah, he's
we'll see
a
what happens.
cohort.
We'll see what happens post camp.
He's a whelp.
So you're telling me that he might die?
Anyone could die. I mean, we might have to take 9 off that poster.
No. Fuck, whatever,
You just see the cat fall off the cliff.
Or like a cucumber gets the best of him.
Any other questions?
How you doing?
I'm alright.
Alright.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Alright. Let's fucking do it. So, God, I want to play this fucking track again. It really got me going.
I'm gonna get into character.
Here's a good track.
Killing players left and right. Killing play.
I'm glad he's in character.
Yeah.
Just getting my tongue worm exercises.
Unique.
All right.
Unor-
So, after very cleverly and smoothly making your way through the barricade that sort of went to this cul-de-sac, this sort of big bowl in the center of this mountainous region, just in the southeast area of Greenfields, only a couple days out from the actual town of Greenest. You've infiltrated the camp. You've walked among the celebrating, drinking soldiers who are now mostly changing out of their bandit, mercenary, sellsword-like gear into their color-coded, clan-specific, dragon-specific garbs. Just very flat colors, mostly adorning leathers and scale mail. Some of them wearing the marks of dragon claws with these much more grandiose black leathers and these metal-framed masks that you've seen. These guys are sort of like the leads among the camp. Spread out are just numerous tents. You already passed through the front of the camp, which was mostly like where the kobolds were. They sort of cover the entire first area. All around you are about 60 to 150 foot sheer cliff walls, pretty easily climbable, given there's no strange circumstances surrounding it, and also numerous shallow caves and caverns all throughout this entire area. But beyond that is a massive open cavern, all the way in the eastern end of this cul-de-sac. Lining the walls near there, along with this massive, very important-looking tent, are all of the various wagons and pieces that made up the caravan, carrying numerous loots. All of them still stacked to the brim with all kinds of accessories, treasures, who knows. Per your inquiry, last time you have yet to see any horses or livestock in the areas of the camp that you've traversed, but you did pass through one very large guard tower at the mouth of the cul-de-sac, and you see another one right now that overlooks pretty much the majority of the inner camp. After witnessing a strange bit of theatrics from one of these dragon claws, very much matching our poster here tonight, watched a near unconscious Leosin being taunted, tortured, cut, and just sort of a puppet in this guy's little show here. After the dark of night completely set in, all of the prisoners who were latched up on various crosses were brought back and chained up inside one of each 5 tents, where there's just poles driven into the ground, shackles attached, and you've managed to, under the guise of 9 being one of these dragon claws, escort Leosin from his cross to his tent here. It's in this tent that you've started to do a little reconnaissance. Auric and 9 were kind of being lookouts, acting as distractions. I think Krennic was also on the lookout. And Leosin basically urged as much caution as his near-unconscious brain could muster, while you had Gra wait for a good time to sort of carry him to a quiet, dark corner of the cul-de-sac, where he is now getting ready to ascend and try to climb the sheer rock wall with Leosin over his shoulder. The camp is still quite loud, with the celebratory sounds of people drinking. There's lots of people talking, and some more openly than others. Various patrols kind of wandering through the camp. Very much a divide kind of down this line right here, where we see kobolds versus humanoids. And it's just now, as you, Auric, and I think just Auric is over in this spot right here. You kind of spot a bunch of commotion and people heading over near this main large tent to the far eastern side of the cul-de-sac. And here we go.
Can I ask you a question first?
Sure.
If you look at Grom, and then you go directly right over to the little token, the dragon claw.
Yeah.
What's that last word there?
Huh?
Oof. Distracted snigger.
He's got a funny little laugh. Go.
That's a snicker.
Go random generator.
All right, let's go.
Yeah, so there's no need for initiative rolls at the moment, but everything is as described, unless you would like to say otherwise. What are you doing?
So Auric turns to the speaker. He's like, where is everybody going? I haven't been to camp before, and I'm not sure what is happening right now.
Are you talking to the 2 guys here that you've been sort of chatting it up with?
Yep.
And they were pretty chappy, if I remember last time, right?
The speaker, because me and Grimlaw have been showering him with alcoholic beverages.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
He kind of looks past you and looks towards the tent. And you see, you initially hear a bit of a and he kind of says, "That's Resmir." And you see a very larger than Langdedrosa himself, another half-dragon. This one adorned in purple, much like the woman who appeared to be leading the attack on Greenest, and in showing some level of command over the blue dragon who was also assaulting that town. She wore robes exactly like this, just fitted for a human woman.
That's weird. So the dude who killed me was a dragon dressed in blue. This guy's a dragon dressed in purple, and they both are with the blue dragon.
Looking back at you, Oric, after letting the out, he continues with, "That's Rezmir. He's got everyone by the balls."
Restart Fantasy Grounds.
Behind him, you see coming out of the tent the woman in purple.
Pushed face.
And you also see Gra's new best friend.
Oh,
The two of them follow this Rezmir out from the tent and sort of stop in front of the opening, and he turns back to them. Clearly they're in a calm but serious conversation with each other right now.
And you said that Rezmir was taller, larger than Langdedrosa?
Oh yeah. He you can't tell if it's a physical difference or if it's just an aura that he gives off, and obviously Oric is the only one who sees this right now. But
User
you all
disconnected from your channel.
may take this down as you wish, out of character. I'm sure it'll be conveyed to you in character at some point. So, Gra, you are climbing a wall.
Before I ascend mightily, I wanna look up. I wanna survey this cliff face. How tall is it?
Where you are right now, it's probably about 120 feet.
120 feet. All right, so this is gonna take me a couple of turns to get up, right?
Yep.
Do I spot anything up top? What's the top look like? Do I see like any light or trees or anything?
Oh shit. Not really. I mean, like it kind of feels like it'd be like a rocky, but part rocky, part grassy, muddy surface up there.
All right, and if I look around me in all directions, where's the closest dude? Like, is there anyone within like a tent shot of me?
No. The closest group was this group to the east of you. They appear to be standing around the crosses, kind of hanging out, drinking.
How well lit is the rock face? If I start climbing, am I exposed?
It's pretty dark. You explicitly last time when you all were surveying certain areas near the prisoner tents, this was sort of the darkest, most secluded corner. So it's quite dark at this point in the evening.
All right, Gra looks over to Leosen and says, "I'm gonna get you out of here." And I pick him up and I put him I sling him over my shoulder. I say, "Hang tight," and I ascend.
User joined your channel.
Okay. Roll an athletics check for me.
We'll do that.
Sorry, dudes, I had to restart.
That's so cool. I asked a couple of questions and then I started to ascend.
Okay.
Oh my God!
Come on.
Boy, do
Like
you ascend?
I ascend like a gorilla.
quiet fucking panther. I was gonna say panther, but gorilla. Yeah, quiet
I'm going
panther
with
gorilla.
Like silverback gorilla, but with the stealth and finesse of a fox.
I mean, you
What did
don't
you
even
roll?
have to stop to
20.
check again.
Nice.
9. Before things get really going here, you never did gift out that inspiration that I heard.
Oh,
It would have to go to Gra or Krennic.
Yep. I would say Krennic, because he's still here with. You haven't left yet, right, Krennic?
No, I'm here.
I'm gonna give it to Krennic because he's right here in the middle of some shit with us.
Okay.
Shit.
Yeah, I'm already 40 feet up. I'm fucking hauling.
And after that
gorilla
20,
ass.
I feel like just with the swift speed, I just feel like he's well on his way. He's good.
Like you look at me, you look at Krennic, and then you look back at me, and I'm gone.
Yeah, dude. All I can see is your fucking muscles glistening in the moonlight.
Okay.
My armor.
Alright, Gra, you are smoothly climbing up this wall with pure confidence.
I
Leo,
hum
you can
under my breath.
feel Leosin still breathing, but he is completely passed out on your shoulder at this point. Nine and Krennic, you can still hear Auric kind of shoot in the breeze. You can't make out the words. You can hear that nearby. It looks like Gra and Leosin have smoothly departed to the back southwest corner. The last thing you saw Nine peeking out, and probably Krennic as well, peeking out from the tent, is Gra begin his ascent on this wall. What are you two doing?
Go ahead first, Krennic.
I healed up the prisoner that I found in this tent.
Okay.
Right, I already did that. And then I tell him, we don't know how we're gonna get you out yet, but we are coming up with a plan. Sit tight. And then I duck out of that tent. I duck into the next tent.
Okay, I'm gonna move here, just keeping watch for Krennic. So, as he ducks to the next tent, I say, "If you hear my glower, that's this, means that there's danger coming.
Okay.
Duck out the back of the tent. Thank you."
Okay. Krennic, you enter this tent and find a fairly built gentleman who's unconscious and completely slumped down on the chains.
Yeah. I get out my healer's kit and immediately start tending to him.
Okay. Roll a medicine check. Or
I
that
gotta roll
requires
for a medicine check.
no check, right?
No check, healers! But I marked it out.
Okay.
Wait, what do you have that makes you not have to check? That's awesome.
Healer's kit.
Oh,
So, this guy's got no shirt on right now and just really rough, ragged pants. It looks like he's been through a lot, and as you're healing his physical wounds, you feel like he's still not getting well.
Okay.
And he kind of looks up at you with these sunken eyes, and you can just see he's staring at you, almost lifelessly, and he's drooling slowly out of his mouth. He seems alive, but almost comatose in a way.
Okay. I pat him on the head and I duck out from this tent into the next tent.
Oh, you Indiana Jones'd him.
As you're leaving, and before you get out of the tent,
Yeah.
you hear just massive vomiting, like the guy getting sick. And you kind of hear all these awful, grotesque sounds.
Yeah. Who's in the last tent?
You come here and you find a young woman.
I get busy with the healer's kit and administer my heals.
Where do you
Freezing.
administer them?
I'm guessing she's shirtless too with tattered pants.
She does have a shirt on, but similar.
If you want to
otherwise.
call it a shirt.
They call it a top. It's different.
Sure. You are able to get her healthy enough to stand. and walk.
Conscious? Oh wow, she stands.
Yeah.
What's her name?
what is your name, child?
Let me tell you. What her name
My
is.
name's Nunya.
Nanyo.
Nunya. What?
Oh, you're a monk.
Nunya, goddamn.
Her name is Daleen.
Daleen. We don't have a plan of rescuing you, but we're working on it.
Tap her on the head.
I do tap her on the head.
Oh no!
No, I'm kidding. I don't do that. Only the Julian one. I say, oh, do I remember
There's so many cases.
I actually don't know if I got the name of the dude from the first tent.
You left him in the tent too, right? Just sitting there.
Well, the first one.
Yeah.
How do you spell Denier?
Daleen.
Daleen. Sorry. I heard Denier.
Point for effort.
Thank you. Okay.
You said a man's name?
How do you say Daryl?
Daryl. How do you spell Daryl? Daleen, Yeah. Come with me. And then I take her hand and pull her out of the tent into the next tent.
Oh no.
Which one? Sorry.
This one.
I mean, that's
And then
where you
from
just left
there-
this sick guy.
Yeah, I know.
Alright, so you're going back into that tent with her?
Actually, no. I'll be nice to her. I'll go around the outside and then into this one.
Okay.
So
Like
I'll do it like
shopping
that.
for prisoners.
The sounds of violent vomiting are still going on as you pass this guy's tent.
Yeah.
You're back in the other tent with the first guy.
Okay.
Both of them free and healthy enough to kind of stand.
Okay. What's that? Guy. What is your name?
He looks barely awake, but he kind of snaps to as you come in. And he says his name is Bob.
Denier. What was the
Dale.
Daryl? It's Daryl.
Daryl.
Yeah, Daryl.
Daryl. It's Daryl. Yep, it's Daryl.
All right, Daryl.
It's definitely Daryl.
How do you spell Daryl?
Daleen. All right.
Daryl.
So I
Spanish
Now-
spelling.
Daryl.
I peek my head out to find 9.
Okay. 9, you've been watching all this time, and you've also seen people kind of heading towards the edge of these tents over here. kind of watching this group of leaders kind of meeting and looking out over the camp as they continue like this
Oh,
private
they're
discussion.
heading away from us. I thought they were coming towards us.
No, they are standing outside the tent,
But look in that direction.
conversing. Other people are have sort of walked out of their tents and are kind of like looky-loos right now, kind of looking ahead.
Okay.
Did Krennic hear your kazoo?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I think so, right? Okay, so we've got extra cultist uniforms.
Hmm.
We should just put them on them.
This is you talking to 9?
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
Oh yeah.
9. We need to you give them the extra cultist uniforms and then sneak them out the front.
That sounds like such a tall order, but I think I gave my only other cultist uniform to Oric. Because I have the
Yeah.
officer's one.
Didn't we kill a couple dudes?
I didn't take anything.
I don't
If
know.
we did, I didn't take anything.
Shit. Where are them bodies? Where them bodies at?
I peek around just to see how this conversation with Oric and the cultists is going.
How is that going?
Oh, so everybody's gathering over there, huh?
Oh wait, also one more thing. The cultists, are they wearing masks? They're talking to him.
The one talking to Orc?
Yeah.
The one black token
It's a
is.
speaker.
Okay. Okay. The other one, the cultist, is not wearing a mask. I'm studying his face, facial features, colors, all that kind of shit.
Okay.
Okay. Sorry. That's it. That's it.
Yeah, Orc.
So everybody's going over there. Are they gonna be making a speech or fine leaders?
Aye, perhaps. Either way, they always draw a lot of interest. Resmir hasn't been in camp for some time.
Oh,
No
yeah.
doubt he's delivering some kind of new order or message.
Yeah, everyone's been speculating about where he's been, but of course, no one really knows. At least around the camp.
He's kind of nodding.
Alright, so, I guess...
He looks at
do we-
you. He says, "What have you heard about what's in the cave?"
Oh, the cave? There's
sorry.
all kinds of speculation, but of course no one really knows. I mean, I wouldn't be caught with my bare ass in my hand going in there, if you know what I mean.
Right?
Trust me, I appreciate the hair on my own head just a little too much.
Says we had a pool going on that some of the higher ups were maybe stashing all the treasure from all the raids in there. Some
That's
other
what-
guy's got his money on dragon eggs.
Oh, that's the other theory that I heard. Wouldn't that be interesting? But it's, I don't know. It doesn't seem practical to me.
Yeah, I've not had the pleasure. Some of the more promising initiatives have been brought into the caves, but whatever training they're undergoing, we've never heard.
And why in the hell would you want to go inside that cave? I mean, I consider myself a very, you know, I would like to aspire to great things. But that seems a little bit crazy if you ask me.
Crazy. He's kind of looking at you
Yeah,
incredulously.
dangerous. But I mean, what an honor. Look, I mean, I would be flattered.
Such
Absolutely.
an honor
Yeah,
to
an
be
honor
chosen.
to usher in the great age of dragons.
He kind of like, does his...
Yeah, does the symbol.
Mhm.
Does the symbol. Orc's gonna continue talking, but just looking around. I mean, is everybody from like all
No.
of this?
Not everybody. I would say like 30 to 40% of people are kind of going to sort of form, like literally, like the outside edge of this circle is where people, almost like a concert, like are kind of milling about just watching, just onlookers at this point.
Yeah, we need to sneak him out like this way. Not like that.
During this time, my tail is I'm kind of bantering, and he's bantering with his tail. His tail really wants to get the fuck out of there, but 9 is like just batting at his tail. No, you stupid shit! We must stay here, wait for the rest of the team, and then, but he gets he's a little bit nervous now, more so than he was. He peeks in on Krennic to see what we're doing. The next step is.
Yeah, we need to sneak them out the front. But we only have one uniform.
Fuck. We may only be able to take one.
Wait, what if, like, if we can see Orc from here, let's say, like, we can call Orc over, say, hey, we need help with the prisoner. He can bring that cultist with him. We knock him out, take the uniform, sneak out.
Oh, I could sleep them.
Oh, yes. That's a good way to keep them alive. Okay, I'll do it.
Okay.
So
yeah.
I go to the front of the tent, this tent flap, and I open it, and oh, what?
I should probably do it. I rush over and I put my hand over his mouth, or his beak. I say, gentlemen, there are more beers in here. I wink at Krennic, and I'm only trying to get the people with Auric and Grimlaw's attention because it looks like there's a good distance between them and the people in front of him. And I wink at him because I don't want anybody to be alarmed with help of prisoner. Like we need more people.
Okay. So you're just trying to
So
tell him there's more beers in
Yeah.
this tent?
But there's not that many. There's only a select few. Come, hurry before they are gone. I cannot drink them by myself.
Auric, you notice that the beers that you've provided are now empty or gone. 9, roll a persuasion check. Actually,
so it
deception.
starts.
Deception?
Check. Yeah, deception.
This is gonna be it. This is the start of the end.
Performance?
I'm going to so if I use advantage, I get to pick between the two rolls. Is that right? I drop one, or do I just?
Inspiration.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, one second. I was just fixing a thing on your turn.
I was just marking you as dead on the checklist here.
With advantage? Are you talking about with advantage?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you could just roll it again if you wanted to use it.
Okay, I'm gonna do it.
Oh,
I'm taking 6.
Okay. These guys look like they're pretty buzzed right now, and it's not a hard sell for you to get them to come into the tent.
Jesus.
Oh, I could totally use some more beer.
Alright, I'm ready in action to... Wait, are you sleeping? As they're walking over, I'm like, are you sleeping? We are we killing?
Yeah,
What?
I'm going to. I'm looking how long my sleep is. I don't remember how long it is. Looking at it now. It's only 1 minute.
Oh, yeah. So
Leave him. All right. Yes, I'm going to sleep some. Let them get into the tent first. And stand towards the end of the tent like you have something waiting for them.
Oh right, I stand in the back, and I've got my hands in my backpack.
Oh
Okay.
yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Put your hands in your pocket. You know what's coming. Yeah.
I look like I'm digging around in my bag.
Yeah.
Okay. So, the cultists enter the tent. See you on the ground, Krennic. And
Then I hold as the cultists walk in. I hold Grimlaw and I put an arm to kind of arm bar across the front door so that Orc and Grimlaw can't enter.
Okay.
As I cast sleep, let's see how big of a radius this fucking thing is. I'm going to try and get it into. I only hit them.
Do you get a pick who gets slept, or is
It's
it
an
within
area.
the radius?
20-foot range.
You
Okay.
probably hit me.
Okay.
You can wake him up.
I can get them both in there. Alright.
You can get all three of us in there. Is it creatures you choose in an area, or is it everyone in an area?
It's just creatures.
Yeah. It's awesome.
Touch him on
Just
the
do
beak.
it. Just do it. Just
Okay.
fucking do it.
Okay.
No, you can't. You can't do the thing that I was hoping you would do.
What?
Well, I'm sorry, I'm not that cool.
Once they're slept, you're like, I got something for you, and then you pretend you have like the two fingers coming out of your bag.
Oh!
Yeah, you're like, oh, look what I got here for you.
That's what I. Yeah, that's what I do.
And,
As they come into the room, I'll be like, "Hey, look at us!"
As they walk in, I play a beautiful melody.
You get
Okay.
knocked out.
And then, yeah. And that's when that happens.
That's a
All right,
lot of dice for some
roll
sleep.
the sleep hit dice.
Holy shit. How many
Do
hit
I
dice
do I
you
get a
use?
saving throw?
Um,
right?
You
'Cause
do.
you don't want to be slept.
It's based on
I
hit
don't.
points, though.
Oh, really? There's
So-
no saving throw?
I mean, there is if you get hit, but it goes in order of lowest hit points first, current hit points.
Oh,
okay. Okay.
yeah.
Oh, man, I forgot about that.
You're probably
So
fine.
that's definitely not you at the moment.
Right, because I'm 15.
And
Um,
a half.
all right, so these two guys enter, passing 9 into the tent. As soon as they do, you begin playing your little song, 9. They immediately react to the two free prisoners who are alive and well and unchained in here, and
Oh,
start to freak
no!
out.
They're not slept at all. The prisoners are slept.
What? That's
They
not
have
true.
the
I
lowest
healed them
HP.
up. Nah, I healed them up.
Let's
How
see
much,
if
how much did the healer's kit do?
let's see if Fitty falls
I
for
don't
it.
know.
He can hear you.
I know.
Yeah, I mean, that just let you stabilize them beyond 0 hit points.
Sure.
You slept the prisoners.
So they only had one, so it only takes away one.
Or they had one
It
hit
only
point.
takes
That's
away
fine.
2 dice or whatever.
That's
So
true.
I still have
That's true.
15.
Yeah. So 15. This guy.
So you're saying both the prisoners are slept? Do they get saves?
Sleeping. Having a great time.
This is their night.
Oh.
No, there's no saving throw, surprisingly.
Wow, okay.
Yeah. Double checking. I don't think there is.
I mean, they probably wanted to be slept at this point. Go in their
Yeah,
sleep.
no, it's just based off of your physical health, I guess. Like how well you're able to resist it. So both prisoners immediately are breathing but asleep. The unmasked cultist immediately drops down and slumps across them. The other guy wearing the helmet is awake and just kind of gets this sinister smile on his face as he looks around at all of you with his curved dagger being pulled out.
Do we have a
Krennic, you are the only person in range who's not asleep who was ready for a surprise. Is there anything you would like to do?
Do it! Do it!
Hit it very hard.
Oh.
Oh, hang on.
You,
Inspiration,
okay.
And yep.
which gives me advantage, right?
Yeah, you can roll the attack again.
Much better.
There we go.
That'll hit.
Okay. Ha! Ooh,
And you had
very
that
nice.
shit ready too.
Yeah.
11. And then I
Bludgeoning.
use...
I mean, kick him in the throat or something. So
I
he can't
mean,
fucking
I can
talk.
also do more
This guy
things.
is yours.
Put your middle finger, your middle
Whatever you
feathers
want,
into his
you're doing
yeah.
it.
Make
You're
I'm
sure
gonna
you
chopping
make
and
noises.
punching and fingering.
I'm a flurry... Can I flurry of blows, or am I out of that? Fuck, I
Heard
can't
fingering
remember.
and
I mean,
flirting.
before you would even think about unleashing a flurry of blows, you know that you wouldn't need to. But you are
Oh,
also
okay.
out of those.
Oh, and I am out. So I'll just regular
Monk him up.
do the monk
Bonus
monk
action.
attack. Bonus attack action.
Yeah, you did. Yep. This guy is either unconscious or dead. Monk's choice.
Oh,
Grab
he's
his
dead.
garb.
He is dead, but like not bleeding.
Yeah, okay,
'Cause-
yeah, you just
yeah.
you ruptured things, cracked ribs.
Yeah, cracked his
Change.
windpipe.
We immediately get to changing the outfit
And then
of the cultists and the prisoners.
As
They're
his body
switched.
falls, with my fucking furious blows, I like catch him and then lay him down gently and take his robes off like in one smooth motion.
Did you
Okay.
give him a furious blowjob?
Perfect.
I did, yeah. It was hard work.
Okay.
I don't call it a job for nothing. You know what I mean?
Disrobed him.
And then we.
Gra?
I also can I check his body for keys?
Ooh, good call.
Um,
Or anything.
Let's
Chickens.
see.
Most of these guys have chickens.
Spices,
on 'em for some
even?
reason. Yep.
Also, we should like get him to look just like one of the prisoners.
That's what I was saying.
Yeah,
we
tie 'em
switch
up.
their clothes. Switch
Yeah.
their clothes around.
Yeah, that's what we do.
What was on him?
This will be really easy because all the prisoners are asleep. So I just
Did you just have a pile of naked people in the tent?
The only key he has on him is the key that was used to chain people to the poles in here and on the crosses outside.
I'm taking it anyways.
Other than that, he's got his uniform, his let's see. This guy also has a scimitar similar to the one that Grimlaw got.
Oh,
You
yeah.
notice that the hilt of this thing has a dragon symbol, not unlike Gra's new tattoo.
Sweet.
Oh.
You said there's a well-built man that we rescued, or is he
Mhm.
the
Yeah.
dead one?
he's in our room.
He's the
Okay.
he's the one who was puking in the tent in between
Yeah.
the two tents that you rescued people in.
His
Give him-
name is
Give him
Daryl.
the scimitar. I have a
Oh
feeling
no
he
no no,
knows how
Daryl's
to
the guy
use
in
it.
ours.
Daryl, that's his name.
No no no, Daryl's the guy in our tent. The puking one I didn't get his name because he didn't talk.
Oh.
But we can give puking guy, unlock him. Dude, oh here we go. We give him a warrior's death. We unlock him. Give him a
the
sword.
scimitar.
Send him out there. He is our distraction.
Oh.
He might be able to take a couple of them with him, but he is no
Ah.
longer for this world because he is mentally dead.
It is going to.
He's got 1 HP.
Does Urk
vegetable.
hear any of this?
He's a vegetable.
No,
it's
you're
going
outside.
To bring.
Sacrifice a vegetable.
Oric,
Basically,
roll a perception check.
yeah, you can be in here. I mean, obviously,
I
we'll
guess
pull
you
you
can
in
be
right
No,
in
I-
cast
I-
sleep.
I want to roll a perception check. That's what I want to do.
God, if you rolled those 20s earlier. All right for you.
Well, you
Just
definitely hear bits and pieces of this conversation, which we will come back to in a moment. Gra,
And
Oh,
also,
shit.
Orc just
triumphantly, you are atop the edge of this plateau, looking clearly
Oh,
out
really?
over
Oh my
the
God.
entire camp right now.
walked- Wow. All right. What do I see?
Leosin is either still on your shoulder asleep or down on the ground next to you asleep.
On my shoulder right now. I turn around. Grad turns around. He's worked up a little sweat. He's like, yeah, that feels good. Yeah. And he like turns around. He dangles his little tiny legs over the cliff face, and he looks out over the camp, and he sees all the campfires and the stars.
Yeah, it's kind
And,
of beautiful.
Yeah, it's like there's this big, huge tower in the background, and there's like these little lights in it, and it's just like, that was good. I did it good. What do I see? Do I see anything special?
So you do see the bits of campfires between all of like the big groupings of tents. You can now see like almost like small little cultist ants to you. You see that ring of people kind of watching near the big tent.
So
And
tiny.
You see from this vantage point all of the sort of treasure wagon caravan pieces kind of lining all through the two back walls along the cave entrance. You also see small figures moving in the north kind of abscess in the cul-de-sac, up way over here. Looking like livestock or possibly mounts of numerous types. And you see little figures moving about in the watchtower almost directly across from you, who you see them, they don't see you. You know, there's a little bit of torchlight up near the tower itself, kind of revealing the silhouettes of these figures.
Can I tell what the silhouettes are, if they're human or if they're dragonkin?
The way they move and in the overall stature, your hunters sense at this point, like the silhouettes read to you more like a humanoid person than a kobold.
How many silhouettes do I see?
Probably about 4.
Oh, 4.
Yeah.
Gra's still dangling his legs over the ledge, and he's like, oh, he like kind of turns around a little bit. And he wants to see what's behind him.
Okay. It's fairly flat plains in all directions around this thing.
That's not good.
With small groupings of trees here and there. It's further south that you see mountains kind of rising up, forming these long, big mountain ranges way off in the distance. And it's back towards the north where you see the flat, very grass-like plains that you're sitting on now. Kind of, that's where they really open up, and that's what makes up the green fields region where you just were several days ago.
All right, I take Leosin off my. Oh, did I get pinged?
Yeah, TeamSpeak thing. We're here.
I take Leosin off my shoulder and I sit him down next to me, and I dangle his legs off the ledge. I put my arm around him, and I kind of poke him on the head, try to wake him up.
Okay. You rattle him, poke him a little bit, and he does come to a bit. He kind of.
Right,
he looks at you and he says, "I know you." And he's sort of laying there like he's about to fall asleep again.
All right, I'm gonna use my I can use a potion of healing on him.
Okay.
Go ahead and delete this off my list here because I only have one of them.
So if you pull up, okay, I'll get it off somebody else.
Gra has no use for such things.
Exactly. Maybe it will work on this one.
So go ahead and roll 2d4.
Hold on, my dice are obscured here. 1, 2, and a roll.
9 points
very
of
nice.
healing are back on to Leosin, who sort of slowly begins to sit up. Says, Gra, right?
Yeah, yep, that's me.
Thank you for the rescue. I'd hoped to have more time in the camp to learn more, but knowing at least a little what they're up to and some of their numbers and locations should be useful information.
I think you've learned enough, and I kind of like give him the little chin, and I touch his chin, and I look down at his wounds, and I want him to realize that our legs are dangling off the edge, and we're just staring off into the great expanse, and we see all the stars, and it's pretty.
How dark is it at night? Is this like a full moon lit night, kind of easy to see out there, or is it super dark? Like Sicario?
It is. It's pretty dark on this night. It's kind of cloudy for the most part. There is.
Okay.
It's not like, because of the clouds, it's not like pitch black. You know, there is some of that sort of slight dim light. You know, filling up the clouds.
Dude, we got the Milky Way up there, man.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, I mean, you know, you're not gonna trip over something right in front of you. Your eyes are sort of adjusted enough.
All right, so I wanna pick up Leosin's arm, like my arms around his shoulder, like he's dwarfed and he's like in my little shoulder thing here, and I pick up his arm. I'm like, our friends are down there. They're talking to some of the people in the camp. We should probably meet up over there. And I point his finger towards the north. What do you think?
Sorry, I was just getting some hot jams going. You said you're
I like it.
you're pointing him to the north.
I'm exposing our friends to him, and showing him like where they're talking to everyone, and I'm saying like, hey, we should probably meet up by the gate. How'd you like to head north?
He says, while I would hope to learn more about the cult, perhaps getting out of here briefly during some of the quiet, some of the chaos, perhaps that's a good move for now.
I mean, we could always go exploring if you want to do that.
He says, I'll go where you wish. It's at this point that you see what Auric has been watching, and that is this group surrounded by watchers appears to be starting to thin out. Almost like a parting river. You see the large Resmir kind of move out, breaking away from his conversation with the two other leaders. He is stepping out of the camp here and appears to be talking to some of the cultists around this semicircle before eventually turning and walking into the caverns. Frulam, the woman, and the blue half-dragon Langdedrosa appear to be going back into the main tent right now, sort of having a bit of a heated exchange as soon as Resmir appears to be getting out of earshot. What are all of the Sleepy Time boys doing?
Okay. So Krennic's idea was great, and at first it had me enticed, but then I think we need to give them time. We need to get time to escape so they don't have a search party. And because the idea is that, dude, if we raise too much alert and they realize the prisoners are gone, they're gonna come find us, and they may have a nursery full of dragons. I don't know. So.
We might need a head start too.
Exactly. So what I'm thinking is, okay, we switch the clothing around, and then I tell Krennic we should we need to make this one unrecognizable, and I point down to the speaker because we just don't want any trails. So I volunteer to do that, and I pull out my claws.
Oh
wait,
mutilation time.
Before you do, I just want to make sure that we stripped off his clothes and like traded him with the prisoner clothes.
Yeah, he's wearing prisoner clothes.
Okay, cool. Okay. So we got one of like the dragon mask officer uniforms, and then just like a regular uniform, right?
Yep.
So I'm gonna give the girl the dragon mask uniform, and then or like right because they have female officers.
Yeah.
And then the dude the regular uniform, and then kind of like. I don't know. I don't want them to see this.
I give him my mask.
Oh, yours?
Because
like your entire.
Yes, I also take this time so I can put some hair dye in, and then make these small props to create my disguises that I have in my disguise kit.
Oh,
that changes my physical appearance.
Okay.
It also gives me a proficiency bonus to any ability checks that would help create this visual design.
You can use your disguise kit on them too, right? To help them.
Oh, I don't know. Fitty?
Do their hair out.
Oh yeah.
Oh, dude.
That's you. You are the disguise maker.
I I'm looking. I'm like.
Clearly, you all need mustaches.
Yeah, I'm really going to town.
Battlestar Galactica 1970s edition.
Yeah.
But first, before we do that, we must bind and gag this other one.
Yeah.
I don't want him waking up in 1 minute to make some noises.
Yeah.
So
also, we should probably move him to the southern tent, right?
Yes.
Or do you want to actually leave him in this tent, or we move the dead one to the bottom?
Is Auric and Grimlaw in the tent?
That's a good idea. Oh, I was about to call for
question.
Auric and Grimlaw.
Auric, you've been hearing most of this outside the tent. Are you still keeping watch out there? What are you doing?
I poke my head out and I say, "Get in here."
We summon him.
Auric,
It's just like head with tent coming.
before he was summoned, was also looking out this direction. I'm curious how the flow of traffic among people are going. Is it very one directional, or is everybody just milling about the camp?
people were milling about the camp. As people are dispersing away from this leader's camp / meeting, they all appear to be heading back to their respective sort of tent camp regions. Some are still milling about quietly, some loudly drinking and such. Many have started to retire within their tents.
Come here. And then if no one is looking, we duck inside the tent.
Okay, you do so.
Okay.
Oh shit! What have you guys been doing?
We let him know our plan.
Yeah.
They're just
We're
naked
gonna-
people everywhere.
We're gonna disguise him as cultists. We're gonna sneak him out the front with you and Grimlock.
Wait, hold on. So listen, yes, we sneak him out the front, but we need information. So what I think is we move this guy to whatever tent he should be in, tie him real tight. You
Gag him.
Yeah, you, Krennic, and the 2 prisoners, you start walking your way out towards the front, and 9, you follow behind. Here I've got empty beer mugs. Pretend that you're on the hunt for more alcohol, right? And I'm gonna go get information, and I will meet you at the front.
Wait, say that plan one more time.
So it sounds like we're gonna dress him up. We're gonna give everybody beers. We'll put this guys on, and then we're gonna walk Krennic, Cultists, and not the Cultists, the prisoners who are disguised out the front door. And
Okay, with
Can
you.
Or-
try
or-
something?
because he's under the disguise of even with a kobold here as a servant, he's gonna go and see if he can just listen into what everybody's listening to. Right? Did I get that right?
Yes.
Gra,
And then-
what are you trying to do, Gra?
Can I pick up like a fist size, like a pebble, something that I can throw in, throw really hard and aim for the tent that they're all in?
You can try.
I want to try. What do we got to roll?
Just roll d20.
I'm
Okay. You all hear a rock sort of something thud outside the tent.
oh shit.
Spooks us.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are there guards?
And then I
The two
my head
conscious prisoners who are just slowly changing their garb, kind of.
No. I see them and I react more to them and I say, no, you must be proud. You must put your chest up. Be an asshole. You own them here. You are the captain.
Can I try it again? Can I try it like a boyfriend trying to?
Yeah,
throw
sure,
a
go
rock
for
in
it.
the window?
After the first rock hits, Daleen kind of gasps and she says, I hear they feed people alive in them caves.
Oh, I regret doing this
Do
immediately.
you think they're gonna come for us? Roll another d20, Gra.
Daleen, shh.
I do a little hand puppet.
There's a
thing to
larger
Daleen.
second thud, and the once quiet Daryl goes, "What? They eat people in there!
And
Get
then
us the fuck out of
quickly-
here!"
I quickly do a little performance of what we're gonna do, and it's like,
I help.
or like, hopefully I'm calming them down. And,
Grimlaw's
Wonder
kind of
what
getting
they're
into it,
doing
like,
in there.
and then I'm like, we're gonna walk on out.
Work.
he's sort of
Work.
waving. He's like sort of saluting with his sword, kind of marching around
Yeah.
in circles right now.
That's the confidence I want to see from you.
Yes, we are sneaking out the front door, but under the cover of looking for more alcohol.
and I get all the mugs that we had together here that they dropped, and then I just hand them to them. Say like, look drunk, look drunk. Okay, let's go.
Okay.
And then,
Oric,
do we have
you're
any
gonna take.
alcohol in here, like actual real alcohol.
No.
Oh, do we? In the prisoners.
I was just
Uh,
gonna pour it down their gullets.
Oric, you're gonna take this prisoner, the alive one that I kind of kick with my foot, who's gagged, down to the southern tent. Do your thing and join us.
God. Okay.
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 So-
Take Grimlaw with you.
Oric and Grimlaw are taking the dead guy.
No, the
sleeping
alive
guy.
guy.
Okay.
bound and gagged guy.
He's bound and gagged.
Yeah, you feel like your sleep magic's gonna wear off any second now.
in
Yeah.
prisoner guard.
I mean, he is like very much bound and
Yeah.
gagged.
Yeah. You can knock him out, like really knock him out.
I'm
Show me
going to
your
really
show me the
knock
path you are taking with this guy. Oric, you can just move your own token.
I'm just gonna move here for just to kind of help.
Gra, what are you doing up there? You're starting to see movement from the tent
Yeah, you see
your
us emerge.
fellows were in.
Gra is kind of like he's still got his arm around Leosen, and he's like, oh, 1 second here, and he picks him up and he like scoots him away from the edge, and he plops him down, like away from the edge, and then Gra starts to like flex, and he's hoping to catch the moonlight off of his muscles a little bit, and then
like
off
some
of
silhouette.
Yep, the silhouette, and then off of his hand, he's holding a rope, like a length of 50-foot rope, and he's going, and he's trying to catch the moonlight off of his muscles, his oily, sweaty muscles from climbing the cliffside.
Did you say that the cliff
Yeah.
was 120 feet?
Yes. Yep.
Yeah.
So a 50-foot rope?
It makes
Wait,
it
he's not dropping it.
80-foot climb, which is 2 turns.
If your glistening biceps catch the eye of other people, that may
Oof.
not be a good thing. And
Unless they have an eye for beauty.
Good muscles.
Yeah.
I mean,
Good
if they,
definition.
And in which case it's probably a great thing.
if
for
they don't know where
everybody.
to look, they probably can't see me up at the top, like reflecting light off of my tits into
I'm just
their
looking
eyes.
at your Gra Lockjaw image. This is great.
Yeah. I blew that thing up real.
Well, anyway,
real
if
close.
you
Nice.
guys see me, I've got a rope dangling from one of my arms, like
Can
trying
you roll
to get
for
your
it so I know if he sees him?
That's a
roll
great
for it.
question.
Can I perceive that?
Yeah, why don't you all make a perception check?
Okay.
You're
Why don't we-
perceiving my
I
tit.
don't-
Oh!
I don't see that at all. I'm so
My muscles aren't flexed
preoccupied.
enough.
You're
apparently.
very focused.
I've never tried to reflect light off my muscles before. Oh,
No.
definitely have never tried.
No
Sorry,
one
dude, I
even
am-
sees you up there.
Oric, as you are heading this way and stop at this mid tent, you spot a reflective sheen. You almost think it's like a twinkling star. Morden himself winking down upon you, but then you see the silhouette of a massive body and tiny head. A silhouette that you know all too well as you customly tailored and fitted this chained mail smorgasbord of leathers and armor around this figure, and it's none other than Gra Rockjaw, fellow Order of the Gauntlet upstart.
What the bloody hell is he doing? Why is he still on the cliff face? What? I can't.
and he's carrying the guy, so he's kind of looking up like, what is he doing?
You see the rope? Did the rope catch your eye?
Yeah, you did catch something dangling down there and sort of made it out to be a bit of rope, some 80 feet up the sheer face of the plateau's edge.
So this is what Oric does. He looks up and he does, and then
Okay,
looks. Because
looks both ways before crossing the tents.
yes, but I think that I understand what Graz wants. but-
Yeah, trying to telegraph there.
It's
Yeah.
it's an offer. Gra sees Oric and just goes,
Yeah. I mean, I'd say it's fair. You kind of get the idea of what
Because we've spent
you know.
some time
You think
together.
you know what Gra's thinking.
We've spent some time together
Yeah.
before, and so Oric kind of does the
Alright, Gra backs away from the cliff face. He was pretty happy with how he was flexing. He looked good. The moonlight hit somebody square in the eyes.
Yeah, dude,
Never
you
done
probably
that
felt
before.
great. You probably
Yeah.
felt great.
I wipe some of the sweat off and I pick up Leos and I sling him over my shoulder again.
Okay. All right.
Back.
Oric, after signaling him, you can easily wait for a moment where these guys who are still there are actually starting to dissipate and kind of head back towards the tents.
Okay.
And as you see them head off, you can head to this next tent if you like.
Yep. I
Do-
go on in.
Okay.
I set him up.
You
I
start
tie him up.
to feel him squiggle and squirm quite a bit as soon as you get to the tent entrance.
Uh-oh.
But he is very restrained and not a problem for you to handle right now, especially with Grimlaw sort of trying to carry the legs behind you or whatever.
I put him up, and I like get him all tied up to the stake in the ground, and I'm really sorry about this. And he pulls out his smithing hammer, not the really big one,
The
and
ball
just
peen?
bam, and just like hits him. Not with the intention of killing him, but
But did you?
with the intention of knocking him way the fuck out,
Please
Okay.
roll a
And-
1. I hope
and
you rolled a 1.
disfiguring his face.
or a
Roll
20.
Roll a d20.
Roll a fucking 20.
If you roll so low on this that you kill him on accident, I'm gonna be so happy.
I hope you know where your 20s went.
Oh,
I know, right?
No, it didn't go in the thing. Ah, shit! It was. A
Dude,
Yep.
don't even-
Here it comes. Yeah, you killed him.
Whoa.
I had a fucking 16, Fitty.
Or you missed.
Yeah, you put it right through his
It's gotta be on.
nose.
It's gotta be on the table, my
Not
man.
a one.
No,
It's not
it
a
was
one.
on the table.
My
There's
dwarf
some
man.
blood.
So
Oh, is
go
there
ahead
a
and
screen?
roll your Warhammer damage.
You warhammered him in the face.
Next thing you know, his head is smashed in your hand.
Sorry, let me find it.
I didn't know my own strength.
Warhammer. So I was just doing it one-handed. So...
That's fine.
There's no.
Oh,
Okay.
All
All right. Yeah, you almost lose the grip on your hammer as oh fuck, I could have taken his eye out, like just slam right to like above his brow, like kind of near the temple. He was like, oh.
He's retarded now.
But like he kind of just quickly like.
Okay. and
There's
then
only a small drip of blood from the impact.
I actually want to hit him with the flat of it, like the back part.
He's already out. He's already knocked out.
But in his
Have you
entire. No. But listen. There was a direct intention behind doing that, and it was to make his face unrecognizable as well.
Oh my god! Do it.
Oh yeah,
do it.
before I leave that time, I had to stir that guy's face up with my claws.
Yeah.
But that's what I mean. That was the intent.
Okay. Well, I mean, the guy's passed out now. I mean, you do whatever the fuck you want.
Where's 9?
Okay, cool.
I'm keeping an eye lookout at this point.
Okay, and then me and Grimlaw are gonna
I'll make
go...
Grimlaw do it.
No, we're gonna go back around.
Initiate him.
Okay.
Okay. As you come up, I whisper over to 9, like, 9. Just get your attention, and then
Yep.
give you the old head thing so we can get out of here.
Okay.
So that we can do this.
So, what are you two doing, and what are you doing with the now disguised prisoners that are with you?
We
yeah,
beers
go
in their
ahead.
hands, and then we start shuffling off this way for alcohol.
I'm gonna
Okay.
lag about 10 feet behind them.
Yeah.
So that way I don't look like I'm part of their party, but I can also help run interference if we need it. With my performances.
Wait, before you go, which way are you going out?
My intention is to this.
Oh no!
And
There's
then
people,
this.
sexy hats following you.
This, and then this, and this.
Move fast.
Alright, is that... You want to
Sexy
zoom out
class
and see
coming.
my... You want to zoom out and see my path? That's my
No,
path.
I'm
see
just.
it.
We got paths going.
You're like half sneaking out of a camp where we're trying not to be too obvious. If you're sneaking, is that not obvious?
We can
No,
just walk right out the front door with our
Yeah,
outfits.
that's what I mean.
Okay, well, we're also trying to avoid the celebration, so we can just do this.
Go get
and
to the
then do
Kobold
this.
campus where we want to be.
Okay.
Right?
Rob wants
Alright.
to like kind of follow them along the cliff face, but also
about that?
look out for people up there.
Nice.
How's
Okay.
that path? A little bit better?
Yeah,
Alright.
like that.
9,
Okay.
as you see some of the guards to the south and east separate, you see one of these other Dragonclaw guys look like he's about to start doing rounds near the prisoner tents. And this is, you can see this coming like a minute away. Like he's starting to head back kind of drunkenly towards these tents. This guy with the sexy hat. You spot this as you head and meet up with the other group where the 2 prisoners are, along with Krennic, Grimlaw, and Oric.
Okay.
um,
Where is this gentleman? Is it the sexy hat?
Yeah, he's right where you see him right now.
Where'd all,
Okay.
where'd all the sniggers go?
And you guys, just for clarification, can we mark all the tents that we have placed bodies in manually?
Yeah. So there's...
Draw circles.
So actually, the cultist eccentric stride should be in this south tent.
Oh, yes, that is true. Thank you.
And then there's a dead cultist in here.
Here,
And then
I can use
drooling
some of our
idiot
extra
here.
cultists.
Oh, drooling idiot. Should we give drooling idiot the scimitar and unlock his chains?
No.
He can
No.
take vengeance on
Stop
anyone
it.
who walks in.
You're gonna like
Make him... He's gonna die anyway.
listen.
He's already
Leosin,
dead.
Leosin, has,
I'm serious. Once you lose your mind, you're dead.
Leosin has left. So
Yeah.
we need to get the fuck out.
I know, but we don't need this scimitar, and I feel bad leaving him to be slaughtered like a defenseless pig. We could
Gra-
at least give him a fighting chance.
If Gra was there, I'd give the seminar. to
Nine,
the
give me
guy.
the keys. Give me the sword. I'll do it.
Okay, Oric puts on his the red dragon robe, and him and Grimlaw start walking this direction.
That direction.
Yeah,
Alright,
yeah, yeah.
You do your plan. You do your plan.
I
It's
don't
fine.
know if this is a good idea, Krennic, and I hand him the keys anyways. Just
Okay.
Okay.
I dash over. Yeah.
You
with
take the extra sword and go to that
the
guy.
extra sword. I go to that guy.
I keep an eye out for the patrol. Yes, and because this one right here is oops, sorry, this one right here. Oops, this tent, the orange one.
Yep.
That southmost one. That's where the guy that Orc just smashed the face in brutally of. Okay. How does minor illusion work? I know he only has a 5-foot space, but if he's crumpled up on the floor, do I need to be able to see the area, or can I cast it in so that his
think
body
it's-
looks like it's just sleeping?
I mean,
It's
you have
just
to be within 30
concentration,
30 feet. It's not a concentration. You have to be within 30 feet of the area, but I would say yeah, you would need to see the area that you're creating the illusion in.
Okay, I'm
then
gonna stay up here
can you
with
walk
the
away?
people.
You're staying
I'm
up there
like-
doing what?
I'm staying up here with the other prisoners, just kind of keep them calm.
Okay.
Oh, can we put the 2 tokens up there for the prisoners?
Yeah, I'll put something on in a second.
Thank you.
So Krennic, as you walk in with the blade ready to give it to this guy,
Yeah.
he hears what you have to say. How are you pitching this to him exactly?
You said he was a drooling idiot. I didn't think he even had a mental faculty left.
Yeah, well, you don't know that for a fact.
Well, he drooled at me and just didn't make any noises, so...
He drooled at me.
So what I'm going to do is lay the sword down.
Okay.
I pull my hood back and I say, I'm with the monk order of Leosin, and I believe that you should not die without a fighting chance. So I'm going to give you this gift.
When's time
then-
is right.
And then I say, your life is now in your hands.
That's the most
And then
thoughtful thing
I-
I've ever heard.
Unlock his chains, and I say, good luck. I pull my hood down, and
Oh
I
my god. That's the nicest thing I've ever heard anyone do in D&D.
Okay. You see his eyes with this very animal-like instinct look down at the blade, and he looks at you as you depart and you turn and leave, and you can kind of hear him behind you picking up the sword.
Does it make a shink noise?
Yeah.
metal on concrete.
All right, everybody, time to move. I cast
Yeah,
Spike Ball.
and then,
Those are-
yeah. Then I just rush back to 9 and let's go. So
Okay.
then I guess there's 4 of us now, me 9, and then Daryl,
Duinto.
Deline,
Mhm.
Daryl.
Daleen.
It's the female Daryl.
My brother and sister.
Daryleen.
and then we just let's get drunk. Happy.
It's the D family.
You guys perceive me trailing you on the left-hand side?
Oh, are you waving at us or anything?
I mean, I'm just following on the cliff edge.
I never caught you because, well, yeah, I guess, I'm looking around now. As we're walking, I'm super
Yeah.
attentive and perceptive. So I too will make a little something here.
Okay.
Might be a passive perception, or I don't know.
You're just sort of scanning the camp ahead of you as you get ready to move.
And the cliff sides. I'm checking everything.
Okay.
All of our surroundings.
Yeah, go for it. Alright. You both spot the large silhouette of Gra at times as you kind of look to the cliff face to the southwest. Occasionally you see his form kind of appear near the edge and then dip back away from it again.
I like
It's
it.
like he's following with us.
Sometimes I'm a rock. Sometimes I take the form of a tree. You're not sure. Exactly.
Oric and Grimlaw, what are you doing?
So I mean, first of all, we're trying to
Just
put
straight in the crowd.
we're trying to put distance between us and the prisoners. So
We got move.
So Vidi, I just want to be clear on something before I start moving. If memory serves me correctly, Black Dragon Camp, Blue Dragon Camp, Red Dragon Camp.
Wait, I have it right here. I saved it. An image of our camping is.
Because I don't remember.
Here.
Yeah, this is black, red, or black, blue, and red is up here. I'm 90% sure.
Red's on top, blue's in the middle, black's on the bottom.
Okay.
And anybody who's an initiate is wearing red.
Yep.
And so
Like kind
there's
of
red.
like maroon robes.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's sprinkled throughout.
Yeah.
Okay. So Orc and Grimlaw, like, is there any groups milling about? But I mean, I know you said there are people walking around, but I really want to head this way, but not make it obvious I'm coming directly from the prisoners.
Yeah, no, I mean there's not a ton. I mean you could definitely sort of fall into the main thoroughfare out here. You do not feel like that would be a challenge at this point.
Okay, so we're gonna go that way, and then we're gonna start walking our way because I know Big Boy is in this area. I'm keeping an eye out for him because I don't want to run into him.
Okay.
At all. And so Auric kind of starts singing a soft dwarvish drinking song.
Okay. As you do so, you see a bunch of people start to look in this direction as you guys kind of walk out. Roll an insight check.
I shall do that in mere moments.
Is it just Oric that's rolling it?
Yeah, just Orc. Actually, yeah, I'll roll for Grimlaw as well. Perfect. 2 4s.
They don't.
You guys are really bound.
You fucking freeze for a moment as several people who are out and about this camp kind of like reach for their weapons and look straight at you.
Hey, do you have any beer?
Prisoner! And they see coming out from behind you the drooling idiot being chased by Sexy Hat.
No!
Auric is gonna turn around and
Yep.
pull out his hammer.
No!
Yep.
No!
Brimlaw, arm yourself.
Grimlaw
Yep.
stands beside you with his scimitar drawn.
Auric is actually going to make a dash towards the prisoner.
Oh, you're gonna have to do the dirty work, sir.
Chasing him and dashing towards him are several other nearby onlookers, hoping to make a sound impression. So let me go ahead and just put you back
Great
here.
move. Great move.
I'm get to him first.
Okay.
And I put on
This is a
bursts.
moment of everyone reacting at the same time. Go ahead and make a dexterity, actually just a dexterity check. So you can just click on your dex stat.
Well, he did die trying.
Just straight up murder his ass.
Yeah.
Damn it.
What happened to all those 20s?
Hey, listen, I had a 1 out of 20 chance just now, and I rolled a 5, and that's okay.
But there's the law of averages.
Another
Not apply.
initiate-looking cultist charges forward with a blade drawn, and this guy just like slashes right through his robes and through his stomach. And as he cuts this guy down, running at him, he steps past the body. More people are just closing in around him, and all of them sort of get close enough here where they stop as this guy sort of blood from the spray of his just recent kill here all over him. He sort of drops the blade to the ground, just starts clawing at himself a little bit, and everyone just sort of stops, kind of like, what the fuck, and you also get within range and see
Wait,
this.
the prisoner sliced that guy up, or is the cultist sliced
The prisoner that Krennic, this guy I'm making bigger just for emphasis, the drooling idiot, is the one that Krennic armed, who has run out here and just slashed through a cultist and is now finding himself surrounded, blade dropped on the ground, clutching and scratching at his torso.
Oh.
Oh.
All right.
Any reaction? Are you
yeah.
watching?
Time
What
to
are you
do it.
doing?
I'm
Do the
gonna.
deed.
Well, first of all, this is maybe just from observation from before. Have I noticed any other magic users at all within the camp?
Luke is mortified and frozen.
Not that you're aware of.
Okay, I'm gonna run in with my hammer, and I'm just gonna fucking swing like a dwarf.
He has to.
That is felling, that is at the forge.
Yeah.
Two-handed, I'm going, this is a forge hit. My hit
Okay.
A forge hit
Alright, roll
Forge.
to attack.
right on the ball bearings.
Okay, running up from behind
I
this
just got no
guy,
armor.
who's dropped his weapon, you just pull back and smash. What are you aiming for?
Oh, well, if it's his, like, I'm gonna hit him right in the back, I'm gonna break his fucking spine.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Roll
Boring.
damage.
God
If
damn
he
it.
has to. If he has
This makes
to,
sense
he's
because you
committed.
don't know what he looks like. So. Sure.
He has to do this.
I mean,
There's a loud crack as you connect with the hammer in the back of this guy. Just and like another almost vomiting sound. So much so that like if somebody had a bucket of water and bits of jello, it would kind of make this similar just splashing sound, gooping sound.
Noise.
And you can see the faces of everyone around you. At first, it's like the hit that you just caused, the wound that you just caused in this guy, made them squeamish. But now they're all standing, looking sick at the vomit and blood spilling out from this guy.
is he dead?
He is not dead. He is completely doubled over. And
Why is he so big?
and deposited in the
Snake things
vomit are strange shapes. Could you go ahead and roll
Oh.
an insight check for me?
Oh, he was possessed. He had like a goopy guy in him.
Oh.
You can't tell, but it almost looks like egg sacs, and squirming around near them are these large, weird-looking worms.
Glad we didn't try to save this asshole.
People are just kind of like.
Yeah.
Another guy walks up to him and just stabs a blade in him and yanks it out and kind of turns away and just starts walking back to his tent, shaking his head.
I'm
I-
so glad we didn't save him.
I mean, can I, like, bend down, or I guess I was actually trying to look at it, right, when I did the insight.
You can get closer. I mean, you're still behind
Yeah.
the guy as far as I know.
Oh no,
I
no.
He's dead now, right? He just got stabbed.
He is now dead.
The worms on the ground though.
Yeah, I just want to bend down and just be like, oh, what is that?
Another guy sort of stands with you, kind of curious as well. Everyone else has sort of walked off.
Did you see that?
What's wrong with him?
I don't know. That is gross.
The guy kind of gets closer and starts looking down at the puddle.
What's
I-
Grimlaw doing?
I totally know. He's got worms. That's gotta be it.
He's got worms.
Grimla kind of takes a look around the body of the guy, then like walks closer to you. And he says,
Babies. He making babies.
Shit.
What?
Did that other guy get out, or did he leave? Is he still there?
the other guy's still kind of looking. He's like, looks like little jelly-like sacks or something.
Yeah, I'm pretty
So-
sure that's what it is.
You kind of see them, they're now like the size of like really, really large grapes.
Oh god.
And squirming like half out of one of them, you can now see like a very large worm trying to
Yeah,
wiggle free from the grape-like shape.
Yeah, I know what it is, but I'm waiting for him to.
Oh man, I don't know about that. I might have to drink a few more beers.
Aye! This guy
The
just
smell.
turns immediately, like just
Oh,
kind of
God.
getting too much of the smell, and starts heading back towards the tents to the north.
Is everybody gone? Kind of like dispersed?
Yeah,
from it?
yeah. At this point, they've all been heading on
Okay.
their way.
Oric bends down and just picks one up and like puts a handkerchief around it tightly and puts it in his pocket and walks off.
Okay.
Oh.
All right.
God damn, dude.
You can feel a slight warmth around it, as if there is some sort of life within this little grape.
Burying into your leg and taking you over slowly.
Yeah, where did you put that?
In your butt. It's in
No,
your
I
butt.
mean, my first instinct is I put it in my pocket.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Let's go with that. Yeah, yeah.
That's
All
where
right.
I would put it.
We're gonna move on from you for now. But where are you heading after this? What are you doing next?
I'm heading back in the direction I was originally going.
Okay. Prisoner group.
Oh,
Hey.
yeah.
Hi.
Sorry.
Did they perceive any of that? Do they know that there's a grape on?
No, they don't know that part, but they did sort of hear the commotion. I imagine you were possibly using it to your advantage as planned, or maybe doing something else.
Oh yeah. Exactly what I meant to do.
Last time you give a scimitar to a retarded puking man.
Drooling idiot. So yeah, we pursue on our original plan.
Okay, heading back
Uh,
towards the kobold
Just, like,
campsite.
looking back, making sure the prisoner okay, making
Yeah.
eye contact with 9, being like, just keep walking.
Okay.
And
Yeah,
then-
these guys stay sandwiched between you pretty much the whole time, just sort of trying to stay quiet.
Yeah, but they got their beer mugs, and where it's like, yeah, we're looking for beer.
I'm staying a little bit further behind.
Yeah. Okay, you're you're 20 feet behind.
Yep, yep.
Both of you make a perception check.
Yep.
Wow, the perception is strong, Casey.
Krennic,
Yes.
you hear female cries coming out from this larger tent that you're just passing by now.
What was it?
Jesus. Tent female cries.
Yeah, it's the sound of a human or a commoner's voice, speaking the common tongue, crying out.
Rob will tell you what that is. That's the sound of the DM tempting us to die.
What is hang on, let
Is
me
there a
check-
rule for that? We've been really light on rules tonight.
Hang on, let me
I feel so
real quick.
uneducated.
I'm just gonna quickly check my alignment.
No rules right now. Not until it's Graz's turn.
Okay.
What is your alignment?
Lawful neutral.
Okay.
But still,
Like you couldn't
God.
give a shit, but sometimes you're
Well-
like, you should pay taxes.
like I had to give that dude a sword. Like I don't. There's a certain code that you have to live by. Helpless people. It's not a good
What
thing.
are you doing, Crank and Nick?
I actually. I stop everybody
Oh, all right. Here we go.
and then let 9 catch up, and then feign the looking around like, oh, there's alcohol or something. When 9 gets close, I say like, there's someone might need help in here.
Is
do I do?
Gra
I say,
on the cliff
I
side?
s-
You can occasionally see them and see the direction that they're heading back to, like that overpass where you first encountered the roadblock, basically.
But
but-
I want it to be like trailing them. Like, am I
Yeah.
as close as possible to them on the cliffside?
Sure. Yeah, I mean, you kind of lose sight of them as they get near these tents, like right here.
Krennic still pick up that I'm with them.
Krennic, you saw a few minutes ago Gra, and that he looked like he was still trailing you.
I look good.
I say to Krennic, you must keep going. We cannot stop now. I will get the rest. And I duck over and I press my back against this tent.
Oh. Okay.
And I
Okay.
I lift it with my tail and peek
Get all
under.
excited, and I tell the other two, Daryl and female Daryl. Hi, critics. Sorry, Knight's got it. Let's keep going.
Delilah.
Okay. Are you
Daryl
basically
Lila.
just heading down the main
Yeah,
beaten
and then
path?
from here it's basically just straight.
Okay.
Like
You
that.
pass the raucous noise, or start come close to the raucous noise of kobolds. Daleen and Daryl follow closely behind you. Well, let's just say you get, about this far for now, and we'll check back in. 9, you hear the sounds of soldiers, bandits, men coming from within.
Can I peek under
You're
the
trying
tent?
to just eavesdrop a little
Yeah,
bit here?
eavesdrop.
Yeah,
and
sleight of hand me.
Oh yeah, dude. I don't know what that means.
Sleight of
but-
Give it to give him that
Okay.
21.
You very smoothly peek your tail out and lift up enough of a tent flap that you can kind of duck down and see what's going on.
Tying my
Um,
shoe, my boot.
Yeah, and also tying right now are 2 soldiers still wearing sellsword mercenary-like clothing, apparently trying to tie a female prisoner down in the back of the tent.
Fucking cockballs.
Here's a question. Does Gra perceive this happening?
No.
I
The only
don't.
person aware of this is 9. Dude, you're like hundreds of feet away
No,
up in
that's
the air.
I get it. No, that's cool. I just
In the air.
well, I'm on a cliff face looking down, and I've been tracking my friends. I know.
I would say at the most you probably notice that.
I mean, they're
where
not
there
like
were 4,
loud
there's now
screams.
3.
They're just like this.
But yeah, if I saw
Talking.
9 poking into a tent, like, all right, cool. If I don't, all right.
Okay,
I'm gonna have
No big
to.
I give you that. You do see 9 stopping at a tent while Krennic moved on for sure.
All right, then I stopped to watch 9
Okay.
instead of moving on.
That's fair.
I already know that I'm gonna be coming back this way again. 9 already knows he's gonna be coming back this way.
Okay.
And he continues to catch up loosely behind.
Okay.
Krennic.
Alright,
yeah.
I move on.
Alright.
When I get
Alright,
to you, I'll tell you.
You all are moving on. Auric and Grimlaw.
They start kind of stumbling away down towards one of the tents. Can I generally tell if there's like a larger congregation of people? Because I'm thinking that the big guy would draw people around him, kind of thing.
Who are you calling the big guy? The bigger half dragon?
Yeah.
He disappeared
Resume.
into the caves.
Oh, he did go into the caves.
Yeah, and
I remember you
Lang
saying he went
Dedrosa
here.
and Frulam went back in the main
Into the
tent
big
there.
tent.
Yes.
Okay, so we're just gonna kind of walk up in this direction.
Okay.
Does anybody have any food or
Holy
beer?
shit!
I need some beer.
I didn't-
in my gullet.
I did not realize you were still back in the camp. Fuck.
You approach a large fire where enough people are still sort of sitting about eating, drinking. Some of them definitely alerted by what just happened. One of them was a guy that you recognize who was charging after them as well. This guy with a very languid chort. You were the one who hammered that guy from behind.
Well, yeah.
Phrasing.
I may be of short stature, but I know how to use my hammer.
Wink, smile.
What in the fuck was wrong with that guy?
I don't know. Someone was screaming something about him running out, and he had a sword and was attacking a guy. I don't know. He's attacking somebody, so I hit him with a hammer. It just turns out he's not very stout. If you know what I mean.
No dull moments this past day, huh, friend?
You're telling me.
I wish I had had a hammer. The way that sound cracked and just rippled through his muscles.
Oh,
God,
I know.
there's something about the blade, like when I was cutting people down back in that village. I mean, not nearly as satisfying as the dull thud your hammer makes. I wonder, have you ever used a blade? Do you prefer the hammer?
I mean, I'm a dwarf. Of course I prefer a hammer. But let me tell you a story about a great axe that my great-granddad had. It was the stuff of legends. You could hear it cut right through bones, sinew, muscle. It was incredible. I'm telling you. Now, could you pass me... Do you have beer over here?
Just
I
kind of
feel
get
like...
arms crossed, like drinking from a mug. Like, yeah,
I gotta find me some beer.
that's
I
a good
don't know what it's
idea. And
called.
I never thought about an axe. You should try that.
Oh, I'm telling you, two-handed, you get a nice firm grip, and he's kind of doing the...
Just kind of grabbing his mug handle.
Yeah, you got to get, and that's where the strength is. You've got to pivot. Don't forget to pivot on your toes.
What?
That's
What are
very
you
important.
insinuating at this point?
He's kind of like, yeah, you're all right. You're all right. Initiative. You can tell this guy is wearing blue colors, and he kind of like does that thing like where you're kind of talking to a guy on the outside of some sort of cliquey circle, and he kind of like draws you in. Grimla's still standing on the outskirts.
You can stay there. Unless you have beer that he can go get.
It's not a bad idea. And he kind of looks at you. This is main tent over there. We've got a couple barrels.
Oh, all right. Well,
Kind of hands his empty mug to you to give to Grimlaw.
Oh shit, Grandma. Oh shit.
No, Grimlaw, no.
Yeah.
Grimlaw.
Orc is gonna walk up to Grimlaw and kind of not. He's not trying to be sneaky. He's just gonna say in a hushed voice, "Grimlaw, would you be so kind as to go get me and this gentleman some beer from that tent? Would you like me to come with you?" No, you got it. Are you sure? Okay, this is very important. You're gonna go there and come straight back. Okay? Yeah. Okay, good boy, Grimlaw. And if you do it, and you do it quickly, I'll give you a silver piece. Yeah?
Is he just taking the one guy's mug, or do you have more that he's filling up?
I gave all my mugs out, so because I gave them to the prisoners.
Okay. Grimla goes in with just the one empty mug, comes back out with 3.
good boy, Grimlaw. I
Oh,
am so
boy.
proud of you.
He kind of, like kind of like that kid sort of sitting near like the cool older kids at his older brother's party. He's got the 3 beers, gives one to the main guy first, gives one to you, and then holds the other one, kind of holds it close, like maybe they won't notice if I drink this too.
Yeah, where it kind of gets the other guy's attention before he can take it away, and he kind of turns around and gives Grimlaw a little wink, like, go ahead.
Alright, Grimlaw allows your little cool kid circle to
Oh, you're
fill in
like-
a bit.
Grimlaw
You're sitting around the
get
fire.
drunk?
One guy is heating up all kinds of just various wild game like rabbit, more field hens, all kinds of various things.
And field hens.
Have you tried spiced chicken? I hear it's very good. So how? I'm sorry, I'm so new to this organization. And he kind of looks down at his red robes. I am so honored to be considered an initiate. But how does one progress in this circle?
Once you get a recognition from a dragon claw, they might put your name forward to join one of the different groups. It might be on who's recruiting, it might be on your preference or theirs, but as you can see, some of the different representatives are here in this very camp. Those who worship the red, those the blue, and some the black. Most of the blacks are followers of Resmir. He kind of implied that like he brought them with him when he came to this camp.
Well, can I get a plate of food? That looks delicious.
I'm just gonna take, and if someone offers it, he's gonna take, a nice big chicken leg or something.
One guy says, "Oh yeah,
Chicken wing.
there you go. Cheers for
Perfect.
capturing that runaway."
Well, thank you, sir.
And then Oric is gonna kind of, he's gonna eat silently, not draw a lot of attention to himself, and just kind of listen to the group and drink his beer.
Okay. You listen for a little bit. You hear a lot of the same sort of ponderings. Some of them talking about what they think might be in the cave. A couple others, including the guy who you were mostly talking to, kind of talk about leadership a little bit. And they begin speaking about Resmir. You kind of say like, Resmir is the one with all the real power in this camp. The purple woman, Langdedrosa. Sure, they're strong and scary, but Resmir, whenever he comes, they drop everything they're doing. The Queen knows why he's here now, but perhaps they're finally gonna do something with all of this loot we've been gathering the past several months. Other conversations carry on. One guy begins sort of musing about what the fuck happened with that prisoner. He's like, "Didn't you say something about weird eggs in his guts? Worms in the vomit?" Strange.
Yeah,
Another guy
that is
chimes in and is like, I heard screams like that coming from the cave. It's like, yeah, that's probably them just feeding more prisoners to things in there. Do you think there's actually dragons in there? Okay. No! You said you saw the blue fly away after the attack on the town last night. They're kind of just musing back and forth a bit. Various things. 10 minutes pass or so. Our other group, with Gra still following, is basically come past the tower and the initial line of tents. You found relatively no resistance. Most of the kobolds were very much keeping to their own tent circles, partying, or passed out.
Can I meet up with them?
You can meet up with them, yes.
I got Leo Sin on my shoulder.
Yep.
Like his head on my back. And I wanna find Krennic and be like, I believe this belongs to you, and then present Leo Sin to Krennic.
Okay. As you guys get past the last line of tents, you kind of see a big silhouette of Gra, which is not surprising for you, Nine, kind of coming around and climbing down a shorter part of the plateaus or the cul-de-sacs cliff face. And he is climbing down in the road ahead of you.
I kind of want to slip down with one hand on the cliff and one hand holding Leo Sin.
Oh yeah.
No time, without giving them a chance to respond, because I know what the response would be. I tell Krennic as I walk the other direction, say, get Sem out of here, get Sem as far away as you can. And I go right back in.
Okay.
To help.
Oh.
Because I'm going to try and help Orc GTFO.
Do I perceive?
The reason why I do it without them trying to give them a chance to react is because, again, I know what their reaction would be. They wouldn't let me.
Do I perceive that?
No.
I don't?
I mean, you're far enough away that you kind of see something happening with Krennic and Nine, and then Krennic and only the two prisoners come forward, and as you look past them, you see that Nine's already gone.
Can I
Disappeared into the night.
Can I make a perception of the tower and the campfire next to us?
Sure.
Yeah, what do I see?
Are you rolling for it?
Uh-oh, we lost him.
Who?
Kyle.
Okay, well,
Put that perception on hold.
yeah. Nine, you're charging back into the camp?
Yes.
Okay.
I remember because when we did part ways, Oric and I had a quick spat about what the plan was. I knew he said he was going north to the main tents. So I know that he's north of where we were. I continue down the path, just kind of keeping an eye looking out for him.
Alright.
He is short and stout.
Just like a good
I don't know
beer.
what my speed is.
Alright.
Short and stout.
I mean, as you get up to the next line of tents, there's a small group to the north, and a fairly mid-sized group still out congregating at the tents to this, right in the middle here. You may do what you like
Okay.
right now.
Okay. I want to keep moving. I see a dead body in the middle of the streets.
Yeah.
It looks familiar.
Mm-hmm.
And I follow the tracks. I'm just curious. I'm just getting kind of. I know I'm getting close. So I'm just in this area surveying the body. Do I see him, or do I have an idea of where he might be?
I mean, just based on the commotion alone, and then what you see in the distance, you can kind of tell like there's something went down here. And it's not unlike what Krennic was talking about.
Scimitar.
And yeah, as you get near enough, you can easily see like the kobold with the wings, which is not that common, standing behind a stout person near the campfire. Clearly Grimlaw and Oric.
Okay. I get closer, but not to draw attention and not to butt into a conversation, but to wait for an opportunity to when there's a break, so I can pull him away.
Okay.
Sneakily.
Yeah. I mean, you get there. There's like all those various conversations, rumors, whispers, whatever. Just people, talking and bullshitting over drinks. You wait for Oric to just lick the bone clean on the piece of meat he's chowing down on right now.
And he eats all of it. Like,
yeah.
let me tell you.
And before you know it, there's a light flick, a similar feeling of a tail uncontrollably caressing you.
Yeah.
And he's gonna kind of look over his shoulder. And the guys in black are officers, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, hello, sir. Here, would you like something to eat?
Krennic is not wearing that outfit anymore.
Oh, you're not. You're not?
I am disguised as one though.
As what?
As an officer.
Oh,
I
okay.
gave them my officer suit, and then I did a disguise because I thought that I would get the better enhanced disguise rules if I was disguised in this instead.
Sure.
Oh, hello, sir. Would you? I mean, wait. Can I get some food?
Yes.
please?
I would like some seasoned chicken. Two.
Yeah.
Two, please.
Two. Yeah. Can I get those, please? Maybe a wing, too, like a chicken wing. Great.
One ale.
You see a lot of these, mostly just recruits, quickly sort of step to, and start trying to prepare you something.
And then as they're all preparing something, that's when I pull Orc away for a second. Did you get what you were looking for?
And that's actually a question I have, Fiddy, is before 9 came up, was there any talk about where the group was going next, or speculation, or the future? That's kind of part of the whole intention.
There was a lot of speculation. You heard them talk about, leadership, who was really running things quite a lot. You said you overheard them talk about something about Rezmir probably being here to deliver new plans. Interestingly enough, another guy made mention of Rezmir and his extreme interest in the half-elf prisoner. Something about how he was traveling with Rezmir's group, and one of his personal guards said that he's been looking for this monk for a very long time now.
Okay. And that's, I can determine that's Leosen that he's talking about?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, yeah. What's that? Oh, we're needed up at the front. Oh, yeah. Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes,
we
sir.
must eat and walk.
Okay, very well. Hurry up with the food, please. Okay. Thank you.
They hurry
I'll
up and hand you, some quickly
here.
scrapped together meal.
Lead the way, sir. Grimlaw! Come here.
Follow me. I put one of the spice chickens in my pocket, my pouch, somewhere.
Good
'cause
man.
I know someone who's gonna want this.
Okay.
Oh, spice chicken.
Alright, so your intention is to basically march these guys out of the camp?
Yep.
Alright, you do so. You may very easily get all the way back at this point in the evening to where the others were presumably waiting.
Wow.
Okay.
Impressive.
So, you all are back on the portion of road that's kind of between where that rear guard lookout was and like this long stretch that winds through this ravine. So kind of dark, kind of quiet. What would you like to do?
I'm still holding Leo Sen baby style, so that he doesn't have to walk. I know he's pretty weak.
Cradling him.
We're all out, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
Gra wants to remind the party about rule number 1. A deep valley is full of rocks. Be wary, my friends. Perhaps they're still posted out front.
Actually, that's a great point, because if we have Leosen, which we do, I just found out that he is a high-value target. So I believe we should try to go up the canyon, like not along the path we went, but grow where you were at and go around the main path. Does that make sense? Like if the path is this way.
I'll
Basically,
tell her
you
the
would
cliff
be like
faces.
moving parallel, but just not on the path, like through the plains and the hills above it.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. You can,
I can make
try to do that if you want.
I think we need to put a lot of distance between us before that guy Resmir, whatever the fuck his name is, finds out that Leosin is not in his tent. He will send this entire army after us in all directions. I'm sure of it.
I look forward to it.
I don't. What are you talking about, you giant wolf?
Okay. So what is your intention? It is probably around 1 a.m. right now.
Let's climb the cliff face. And then,
Climb the cliff face, head down the road parallel, avoid the roadblock on the main path. But then where are you heading? Somewhere else? Are you?
Oh, we could go back to where me and Oric are from. We go back to,
We
Green-
need to get. That's the greenest.
Yeah, we
no,
should-
the Sunset Mountains are safe. We could go there.
But first, we should deliver Daryl and Doreen
Leosin.
Daleen to their homes in greenest.
They could be safe there. That place is in ruins and vulnerable to attack, but I could see them wanting to go back to their home.
They may have family that are still alive there.
Do they? And then
Maybe.
a flashback to burning corpses on stakes.
I don't. But there's the other guy, fucking guy in the castle, Anthar.
Oh, Anthar Froom and El Turl?
No, sorry, not the Anthar.
Oh, Tarbal Nighthill.
Governor-
The governor.
The
of
governor.
Greenest.
Sorry? Yeah.
The governor.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Tarbal Nighthill.
we don't know who knows, Daleen.
And Escobert the
Daryl.
Red wants us to save people in town.
Escobert. That's right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And Sergeant Markguth, the soldier in Greenest, he has people he wants saved too.
Yeah.
All right, let us back to Greenest and return the people from whence they came.
Yes.
Okay. Is that what you all want to do?
Yep.
I think, yeah. I mean, we
Okay.
can talk out of character. I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure that's what we want to do.
Yeah, I think we should deploy.
I mean, at this point, we've tried to gather as much information as we can. I think the only other option in the camp was to go in the caves, but
Leosin may have gotten a lot of information while he was fucking
Well,
in
yeah.
prison there.
and just the fact that Oric has an idea of what the little larva worm things were. And actually, Fiddy, while we're walking, can I pull out the one that I had in my pocket and
Sure.
see if it's still alive?
Yeah. You can't tell with it sealed up in the handkerchief or whatever, but it does still feel warm on the outside of that.
And Grod try to perceive him looking at the grape.
I mean, it's tied up in a kerchief right now.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
I'm just gonna try to keep it warm.
Okay. It definitely was doing that in your pocket.
Yep, I'm putting it back in my pocket
Okay.
where it can incubate.
All right.
Are you looking like? All right, never mind.
So I forget exactly what we said the travel time was before, but we could say it'd probably be about a day.
a couple days.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, like, if you traveled through the entire night, you'd probably get there mid-morning.
Can we go back through the camp
Dave,
that
you're
we
muted.
massacred?
I'm gonna say that even though we would probably be reaching the point of exhaustion, it's a good idea to put as much distance as we can between us and the camp.
Okay. I mean, you could try to go all the way in one shot if you want.
Does Song of Rest help with anything other than exhaustion, even on a short rest?
Doesn't have anything to do with exhaustion, no. It's
Okay.
just for actual health.
Perhaps we could camp out at the previous camp.
Perhaps we should keep going. Honestly,
All right.
Well,
Well,
I'm
let's
just-
say this.
because 8 hours.
You
that's
travel a couple hours, and you have made it back to the previous camp of the stragglers, let's say. And it's when you get here that you start to hear distant horns.
Oh, fuck my tits.
Wait, when you say get here, I was like,
Fucking tits.
That camp that you initially massacred kobolds and human bandits at, they're still there, dead, and I forget if you did anything with them. Maybe you dragged them off a little bit.
Funny positions.
Yeah. But it's here about 2 hours of time you've put sort of trudging along on the outskirts of the main road. And you're back at this camp where you start to hear these horns. You know Greenest is probably another 12 hours probably on foot here.
I want to convey to the team that I saw mounts, horses and such in the camp, and that they're probably
2 hours
coming.
back in the camp? Oh yeah.
What's that? Yeah. Like when I was looking at the stars, I saw like mounts and stuff.
Oh,
So
that's
like
true.
they're probably barreling at us at
Oh.
insane rates right now.
well, we should not be on the path. We should not be in the direct path. We should. move
This
off.
camp is back on the main path.
Yeah,
Is
we
this
should
all plains or is there like forest? And
No,
stuff?
there's forest. Yeah, totally.
just get lost in the forests?
We should go into the wilds. We should go into the wilds.
Okay.
Yes.
Alright, are we gonna weather top this?
Weather top?
Those who know, let them understand. Fellowship of the Ring.
I don't know what that means.
Come on, guys.
Oh,
Let's
yeah.
start wandering through the wilderness.
Yeah.
Lamp
Yeah.
to spread.
Is there? I don't know. You're winking weird. What does that wink mean?
Let's go into the woods.
Yeah, but Oric thinks it's a bad idea.
What? No,
Wait.
I just said that we should do that because the way to Weathertop, Strider took the hobbits.
Oh.
Yeah.
We don't know
I'm
that
not
nerd
familiar
shit.
with your weird dwarven tales of drunken debauchery.
Well,
Who knows?
Story about a mighty man. Oh, he's saying mighty man. That's so.
Who's back again?
Who's the
Where
who's
to
the
begin?
bard here?
Oric's voice trails off as we walk into the woods.
All right, so you get even further away from the path, heading towards. Let's say there's a good stretch of woods on either side of this road.
Yeah.
Where are we going, left or right?
East.
East. East.
All right.
Not directly east.
I love the East.
The
far
birthplace
East.
of the mother's son. I like it. Let's
Okay.
go.
You find a pretty thick,
Sunrise.
fairly defensible part of the woods. There's enough trees that you kind of like put people down, put the prisoners, put Leo Sin, who is better, but definitely nowhere near full strength. Very clearly hyper exhausted himself. And you set up there? What are you doing?
I mean, we're trying to make we're moving. I think
Yeah.
the idea is we want to
So
get
you're gonna keep
to
moving.
greenest,
Okay.
or like if you guys want to. I think we need to go to greenest, but we need to spend a limited amount of time.
So let's
greenest.
have a. Can we have an out of character moment? What's
Sure.
the penalty
doing it.
if we keep if we keep moving? What are there penalties for that? Are we gonna
Exhaustion.
be super exhausted and
You
like we
you'd
can't
probably
fight?
you'd probably have 1 point of exhaustion.
Which isn't
And
bad.
What does
I
that
mean,
do
it's
for us
not
though?
comfortable.
Glad you asked. It's still shared in story, all these rules.
Special abilities, environmental.
You'd have disadvantage on any ability checks,
Oh.
which includes initiative.
Also includes skills.
Yeah.
And
How
saves.
How far off the path can
Wait,
we
not
get
safe.
without exhaustion?
It's more of how long you go. If you go all the way to greenest, which you could try to do, you will definitely be a little exhausted by the time you get there.
I mean, I think that that's fair though. Like we
Yeah.
need to put a lot of space between us
Yep.
and the camp.
I think it's worth it.
But I agree with you. But I will also throw this at you. Greenest is fucked, and if they send 400 people at Greenest, we're probably gonna get overrun.
I don't think they will.
True, but I mean, I guess we have to speculate who they think took the prisoner.
Yeah.
Like, did the
Oh,
prisoner
man.
escape and go south?
Can we set up like fake paths?
Well, it's a little late. We probably should have done that. Like,
Right off the bat, I thought
Yeah.
about it too.
All right, let's I mean, if you guys are down, I think we could book it. I could pick up some of the prisoners and just start running.
Yeah, I think the best course is to get there, to get rested, to get horses, and move on.
Okay. You haven't heard the horns again in a little while. And as far as you can tell, you haven't heard anything for a little while. And you're traveling for about another hour, kind of bobbing and weaving through the woods. Let me just do this, let's say. And as you sort of kind of come around and start getting closer and closer to Greenus, several more hours later, you hear like the sounds, not loud enough to be a horse, and you kind of hear like this weird laughter, like
Oh, it's the flying Grimlaws.
you see
Oh
one of
shit!
these
Cool.
large drake-like dogs. I think the kobolds were calling them dragon dogs, and two regular non-winged kobolds riding on its back. This thing has clearly sniffed you out by rolling a 20 and appears to be hot on your heels.
It's the thing from episode 2 that Obi-Wan rode.
Oh shit.
Lizard and two kobolds are charging at the flank of you all right now.
That's it.
That's it.
All right, let's fuck.
Well-
Gra kind of tries to slump Leeson up. Does he stand?
He does, yeah. Ever since the healing potion, he's doing a lot better.
All right, Gra kind of like pushes him back. He's like, "Let us handle this," and he pushes him towards Greenest.
Yeah. Okay. You notice that while he can stand, he's been unable to really move much other than pace about, almost implying that his exhaustion level was at 5.
Should I pick him up and keep going, or do you guys want to fight, or what?
Well, if he gets to exhaustion level 6, he's dead.
All right, Gra finds honor in saving. Oh,
Well, I don't know what we do. What do you think we should do?
So
Okay, react. There is literally a lizard thing charging at the rear of your group right now. With
Gra
two
pushes
Time to
Lee.
fight.
Gra pushes Leeson back, and he flexes his tits.
Time to fight. Yep.
Yep.
Okay.
Gra looks down at the cat and he nods.
Yeah.
Roll
You acknowledge,
initiative.
Oh, with pleasure.
With advantage.
God, fucking.
Here we go, guys. We got.
All right. Pure fucking Gra style. Let's go. Man, we suck.
Face first. Face.
Wait, all
first.
of us. All of
Oh,
us.
yeah.
Sub 7.
Yep.
They just caught us with
Yep.
our pants down out in the open.
Mhm.
We didn't know.
Out
We
in
heard
open in
we heard the
trees.
horns.
Yeah, but we just kept barreling ahead.
Yeah.
Fuck them.
Fuck it, yeah.
Alright, 1 second.
Ed, you all died to a lizard with 2 fucking Grimlaws on its back. Now we'll take this thing out. This thing is nothing compared to what we were just at. We're gonna fucking massacre it.
How did Grimlaw roll?
Oh yeah. Does he get initiative?
I'm just gonna use the rule of sidekicks for now, which is he goes when you go.
Okay.
In
So
whatever
if he
order
poops, you poop.
Um,
Yeah, whatever.
sorry, 1 sec. I'm just gonna use this thing for a battle map for now. Good
Oh man,
enough.
we're familiar with this area.
Let's say this is a clearing that you were walking in. If the things followed earlier, these two were kind of following along with you in here. And actually, let me get Leosin up in this biz. He was with you. I don't know what sort of order you were marching in. But this guy's barreling in right now with these 2 kobolds on his back. The Drake himself is up and sees big old meaty Gra and goes to take a bite. Oh, he definitely bites. He bites fucking hard. You feel his big old maw clamp down on you for 14 points of damage.
I'm dead? I just died.
What? You have more than 14 points of
You
damage.
have 2
You have, like,
health left.
I was saying you have 17.
Oh,
You have
Cal,
18
your camera went
total.
weird.
You have 18 total.
Or,
Yeah,
not your camera, your mic.
mic's not working
Okay.
too well. You already had 2 damage.
Zing pizza.
The 14 takes you to 16 damage out of 18 health.
Jesus.
Chomp, chomp. The kobolds are hooting and hollering real good on his back. 9, what are you doing?
Oh shit. Okay, so I have a question on how this spell works. It says a square out in front of me. Does that mean? What does that mean?
A square.
Is it literally like
15-foot cube originating from you.
this
So,
one or this one?
Cube. Yeah, that one.
yeah.
Well, that's what I'm doing.
And
I'm
you
gonna
can
run
orient it however you want. Like it can
I'm
have
gonna run up
it.
here and
corner
orient these
start.
motherfuckers. Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And let's see. What does it require for me to do? Hold on. Look at it again.
It's a vocal and somatic sort of thing. So have a music man your way into blasting these dudes.
Yeah, I fucking power slide on my knees. Up to
Oh
with
shit!
My, I can't remember what the hell the name of the goddamn guitar thing is. Yarting. Wow! And it just fucking thunder waves the shit out of the ground.
Okay.
Just rock their goddamn dicks off.
The DC they have to beat for your Thunder Wave is 14. Let's see how they do. And that is a con save. Okay. Constitution. Okay. 2. Oh god, I'm rolling really good tonight.
Alright, we're gonna die to these fucking pieces of shit.
No. Grimlaw's
So,
gonna be the
roll
counter.
damage. Okay, all of them only take half damage, seemingly just thriving on the blood gushing out from Gra. They take 3 damage each. Everyone saved.
Where did Gra get bitten?
I rolled well, I got a total of 15, a 16, and a 17. Gra, this thing is biting into the back of your very large thigh.
Oh,
Yeah.
so it's like a shark attack.
Yeah, the lead kobold trying to sling a rock at Gra
my
now has a
God.
cat in front of his face. Who, let's see, you just fucking barely 9 kind of go Matrix mode, like you could dodge out of the way of this thing while you're sliding on your
No,
knees.
no. Rock's gonna
I'll
hit
jump
Gra.
in front of it if I have to.
Okay. You think there's a good chance if you duck that it could hit Gra?
I'm taking it. I'm gonna fucking.
Okay.
Oh, bless you, cat. By the gods, bless
Alright,
you.
you know what? I like your style. Go ahead and roll a dexterity save.
Like you feign a 1. Like. Oh my god.
Okay.
Jesus.
Can I use Bardic Inspiration? Just, I would take it help. Fuck it.
Block it with your loot.
It's a
Alright.
6.
You slide and try to deflect this thing. You know, like with the intent that like no one would take damage. Like you see it coming enough that you know you can avoid it, but you man up and decide to try to take it and even deflect it. And you fail at deflecting it entirely. But you do take the damage for your friend here, and you take 5 points of damage from this
Worth
rock
it.
smacking into
Worth
your
it.
palm of
Nope,
your hand.
That would have killed me.
Leo Sin is just sort of standing there kind of dazed and trying to back away slowly, not looking ready for a fight. One of the kobolds jumps down and goes after him. With a dagger drawn, he lunges at the retreating half-elf and completely misses. Some of his monk-like training still with him as he kind of just at the last moment swerves out of the way of the piercing blade. Gra.
Krennic yells out, "Master, no!"
Gra, like he's like pushing the shark off his foot. He's like off his leg. He's like, I just killed him, and and then he uses his second wind. He's like,
Okay.
and he uses second wind.
Roll the heal dice on that.
And that's
One
only a
and-
bonus action too, right?
Yeah, that's a
It's
bonus.
only
I
a
want to
bonus
do it.
action.
I want to do it first because I feel bad. 1d10. I think that's a d10.
Okay. Hey, hey, hey.
Yeah.
Plus my
Okay, well, future reference, you have a thing in your sheet that will do it and automatically add the modifier and do all the stuff. But it's +2, reducing you to only 6 points of damage right now.
Wait, what?
You've
just
only
got-
taken 6.
You've only taken 6 points of damage. You have 4.
Oh, okay.
You have
okay,
12
perfect.
health.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right,
I'm just,
and
I have
then-
to talk in fantasy grounds terms.
Yeah, and then sorry, and then I'm going. So I'm engaged in combat with this guy. He's latched on my
Yeah,
leg,
that's
right?
correct. Yeah.
All right, I'm going to. I'm gonna take out my battle axe, and I'm gonna hack at his neck. I'm gonna remember the time that I got hacked in the neck, and I'm gonna realize that like this is the quickest way to fell an enemy. And I can use my action surge to do it twice.
Okay.
Ooh.
All right.
Dude, they just
Get that
see you
first hack.
pulsating.
Yeah, I mean, this thing is just clamped onto the back of your leg.
Dude, he's close.
You can feel the adrenaline just coursing through your body as the blood of battle is spilling around your ankles.
he's
you
not
you
close
hack and
enough.
swing wildly, just missing the large neck of this reptilian thing.
I mean, it's latched on good.
Your bonus
spinning me
actions get
around.
reset as well with action surge.
Really?
Yep.
Well,
You
I
can take
got
one
nothing to-
additional action on top of your regular action and a possible bonus action. Oh no, no, I'm sorry. No, yeah, one additional action.
I
Oh
don't
no,
think
it
I
is
can-
it is still a single bonus action. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
It's
so I
just
get
one
one
additional
more-
regular action.
One more attack off of my.
Correct.
Yeah. Whoop. All right.
Oh,
That
Oh, there
is-
you go. That definitely connects.
Oh yeah. There we go.
10 points of damage. There's a loud slurping sound as your blade cuts in and reveals a bunch of blood spilling out from around the thick neck of this thing, but it just starts whipping wildly about, still very much alive.
Still very much attached to my leg, I'm assuming.
No.
Alright,
It's
awesome.
as it started, like it kind of like loosened its grip and just started whipping its head around. Krennic.
Ra's breathing deep.
I yell out, Master, get back! I'll protect you. And then I rush forward.
Yes.
There's blood everywhere.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then hit this kobold that's attacking him
Okay.
with everything I have.
All right.
What specifically do you do to him?
I rush in with
No. I want to hear monk him up, dude. That's all I want to hear.
I mucked the
That's what I
shit
came
out
here
of him.
for.
well, I can't monk all times. I gotta monk in. And yeah, I reel around my staff and I bring it down on his
Oh
head.
yeah.
Oh yeah, you do.
There we go.
Real simple. Like
Yep.
it's not a lot because I'm out of breath. And
It's not a lot, but you
Start-
realize
yeah,
this thing. There's just a crack, and this thing drops down dead with just that initial single blow.
Oh, and then this
Oh.
goes to the guy next to him as the second attack. It's a
Yep.
critical hit
Yep.
on this one. So it's like me rushing forward. I'm like,
Yeah.
Master, he's dead.
Did you monk that guy?
He's dead. I did.
That's what I came here for.
Yeah, you quickly leap to your master's defense, cracking skulls and crushing kobolds.
That's what I came here for.
And I kicked that last one into the body of ambush.
Yeah, fuck it. Roll damage for that. I love it.
Oh.
Roll d8. That
Yeah.
kobold body, you just drop it with that crit, like in just like someone dropping a football for a punt. You just. I mean, you rolled a natural 20. I mean, fuck it.
God damn.
Nice. It connects, sending the thing fucking flying backwards, rolling onto, and just sort of like tumbling and rolling over, like with one full rotation. It looks almost dead, and kind of like hurt, laying on the ground.
Not my daughter, you bitch.
Grimla walks forward. Oric, what are you doing? You kind of sense Grimla trying to walk towards this thing.
I mean, I can let Grandma just kill the thing.
Grimlaw, kill it.
Ooh.
Dragon Slayer! Grimlaw walks up to it and says, "Me, Dragon Slayer." And then he raises the hand that you thought the sword might be in and just see an open palm, and he just smacks the fucking face of this thing. And you can see him looking down at it and says, "But what if me, Dragon Rider?" And he starts smacking it again. He says, "You like meat, Grimlaw like shiny. You like meat, Grimlaw give meat, you give ride." And you can see him, like, in his own way, doing this kind of animal handling Beastmaster sort of moment.
Please roll a 1.
Grimlaw reaches into one of his
Or
many
20.
strange, tattered pouches and pulls forth some foul, rancid meat.
Ew. That's why he smells. He's been carrying it the whole time.
Grimlaw holds
It's
open
people
the
meat.
very weakened beast's maw and just starts
No!
shoving the shit in there.
What are you doing?
You can see it like
I'm not even mad.
Graw's holding his.
he's like on
leg.
he's on his back, and like you can see like the injured leg of this thing start to turn over.
Graw's holding his
I wanna
shredded
say
leg
something.
closed, and he's yelling, "No!"
Grimlaw reaches into another pouch with some strange powder and some more spoiled meat.
Grimlaw, assert dominance over him. You have to look him in the eye, get right in his face, assert dominance.
Still
Graw's
holding the
bleeding
maw
out.
open, Grimlaw says, "Dominant!" and just smacks it in the face, dropping the maw to the ground again, like looking down at it, and he just drops the rancid meat on top of his snout and looks down and says, "You eat! Give Grimlaw ride! Dragon Rider!" And he starts... and he
he's
kind
gonna
of
get
kicks
out
the
here.
meat slowly off the maw, like just like a cocky piece of shit guard kicking a prisoner in the face. He just slowly just lets it roll off into the dirt. And he's just standing there, like, arms at his hips, looking down, and then he kind of looks at you real quick, like, you know, letting a brief moment through, like, this new mask he's wearing. It's like, huh?
Hi, Grimlaw.
Yeah. Ulrich, Grimlaw, let me do it too. I'm gonna do it too. But you're the rider. Okay, let me do it too. I'll do it with you. Okay, all right. Are you ready?
And I want
Grimlaw's, like,
to run
slowly trying to put his leg over on the thing, like, while you're talking about you're doing it too, so he's, like, kind of getting onto it, like...
Yeah. Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead. Get on it. And I'm going to go and I'm going to smack it too and be like, and do the exact same thing that Grimlaw was doing, because I want to assert dominance over it as well. I want it to be very clear that there are two. There's not just one dominant rider.
Okay. You smack it and see, like, its eyes quickly dart to the dirty ball of rancid meat on the ground near his muzzle, near his
I'm
maw.
gonna pick it up and smack him in the face with it.
He's kind of like chomping at you a bit.
Yeah. And then I'm gonna pry open his mouth and I'm gonna do the same thing Grimlaw did. Throw it in the back of it.
Graw's tying a tourniquet around his shredded leg.
And then I'm gonna get right in its face, like eye to eye, and I'm gonna be like, I am master of you. Get right in its face.
You can see it kind of like it roll d20.
Oh, this could be it.
That's not a d20. I saw a 19.
I saw 19.
I saw a
too.
19. What happened?
But it rolled a 3.
I don't know, dude. You tell me. Fitty, you saw a 19.
I saw 19 also.
The rolls
did
don't
I.
I was like,
lie.
wait, am I seeing it right? Am I
Rolls
seeing it
don't
right?
lie.
Do you believe your eyes, Fitty?
Well, I believe that it's a
that-
3
I
now.
believe
The
that
ta-
yep,
the
there it
table-
is.
The table
Three.
result is the final result.
That's unfortunate because I did see a 19 as well.
I did too. You, as you assert your dominance, feel the maul getting ready to snap around your hand, but you're able to pull it out. You can see this thing is just like menacingly glaring at you.
I mean, I'm gonna pull my hand out, but I'm not backing the fuck down. This is the moment. This is
Grimlaw,
again?
you can see like Grimlaw's like on the back of this thing, like, oh shit, oh shit. And he kind of like quickly like just unfurls like another pouch and just throws at you, and it's just this like this wall of fucking foul. Like this thing is just a wet leather sack just filled with foul, moldy, rancid meats from God knows where or what.
I'm gonna pick it up and I'm just gonna hit the thing right in the face and be like, yeah.
Oh my god. So you're hitting him in the face with the sack of meat, or hitting him in the face with your hand?
No, with the second meat. I'm just gonna hit him right.
Okay, so it's kind of like licking his face where there was little bits of moisture from the meat sack.
And then I'm gonna pull out a piece and I'm just gonna like, and then like throw it right at him. I'm not gonna like feed him.
Okay.
Can't wash that smell off.
He rolls a 1 and it just smacks on his mouth and just spills out everywhere all over the ground, but he immediately just starts. And the more you look at this thing, the more you see it's pretty malnourished. And it is just gobbling this shit up. And the more it gobbles up, despite how awful it smells to you, the more complacent it appears to be becoming.
Alright, I give him another piece.
Alright.
And I give it to him, and it's not as mean. And I kind of give him like a little scratch, like, you know, like right here. Just a little bit, like right behind his ear. Not like a dog, but you know, enough.
Okay.
Enough to let him know.
Alright. Grimlaw is presently wrapping a piece of cloth around the maw of this thing and just sort of like trying to pull it around like...
Grimlaw, let me help you with that. And I grab a rope and I make an even better thing. I use mending to actually like fully attach it around.
Interesting. Alright. So... way off in the distance, sounds like heading far, far west of you presently. You once more hear a series of horns. It sounds like they move more north and northwest than you are currently.
From their perspective, can they hear like, "Rah!" It's like Graz like getting his leg like chomped and shredded.
I'm sorry, does anyone hear the scream?
Yeah, I want them to hear the scream far off in the distance.
I mean, you can try. I mean, this sounds quite far off.
I mean, I'm not gonna try to get noticed, but like,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you feel pretty far from anyone that you're aware of, and from the source of these horns. Anyone near the lizard immediately sees it sort of snap to, and kind of like immediately point directly towards where you think the horns were coming from. And he's kind of like slowly trying to like, you can tell his legs are still injured, but he's like slowly trying to like go in that direction.
I'm gonna smack it in the face and get it to like look at me. Grimlaw, can you get it to take us to Nest?
I call out to 9.
9, use your horn. Give him a new point of reference.
yeah. I try to fashion it in the same cadence, but I make mine much more appealing.
Roll a performance check for me.
Oh, please roll high. That was so good. Can you have advantage on that?
Yeah, you can have advantage.
That was so
Yay.
good.
Okay,
That's fair.
I gotta put it. Oh, there it is.
Yay!
Thank God for that.
Drop that 6. He starts to slowly turn towards 9 and kind of stops.
There you go.
Alright. It feels at this particular moment that this thing is obeying you at a fundamental level in terms of not eating you and carrying Grimlaw and possibly Auric, I suppose.
What did you want me to do with this, Ulrich?
I want to put Leosin on the back of him, and I want us to get the fuck up to Greenest before we get overrun.
Well, I'm just gonna Pied Piper this fucking creature best I can.
Okay.
Graz
Alright.
tries to stand up, and he walks over to the lizard, and he hugs it around the neck, and he goes, "Nice try. I'll name you for the thing you missed. Your name is Groin."
Okay. This thing appears to be working with you for now. If your plan is to Pied Piper his ass all the way to Greenest, you
Yep.
may do so. It feels like whatever is out and about right now, beyond this initial encounter, you hear or see no signs of anything else. The horns are only getting further and further west away from you, and unless you're looking for trouble, you find a pretty easy way back to Greenest. But it is a long way back to Greenest.
That's fair.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Can I make some chicken for everybody before we go? I've got
I
some
help.
chickens.
Yeah,
I've got
sure.
my cooking utensils.
Yeah, I'm not proficient at campfires yet, but I still have 2 half.
You've been working at it.
Yep.
Can I
Yeah.
teach you?
Yeah, I'd like to. I'd like to know.
Now is not the time to have a cooking class, guys. Let's get the fuck
They're
out.
getting away. The horns are going further and further away from us.
Doesn't matter.
Oh, we gotta get to
Let's
Greenest.
go. Get to
We gotta get
Greenest,
to
and
before
then
we
you
get
can have all the
exhaustion.
cooking
Okay.
lessons you want.
All
We
right,
need
all
to
right,
sleep.
all right.
Well, we have to make camp on the way there. Is that what, Fiddy? Is that what you're saying? Like it's
No,
far enough
I'm not
away where
saying
we
you
gotta
have to make camp on the way there. I'm saying that if you want to
No.
go straight there, you can, but you will be exhausted.
Oh, okay.
I
Yeah,
One
feel
state of
like we
exhaustion.
should go.
Yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
we should
Go.
Fine. All right. So on
Rob
about hour
pockets his
14,
chickens.
hour 15 of actual travel, plus like maybe the half hour where you stopped and had this whole brief break. It is now.
I have a technical
Fuck,
question.
it's like probably about 4 p.m. the next day.
If did we put people on Groin's back?
I'm gonna. You can call him Groin if you want, but I'm gonna reserve naming rights for Grimla and Auric.
Oh
For,
my-
as far as
Well, I'm gonna
official
call-
token names
I'm
go.
gonna
yeah,
call
him
him
whatever
Groin.
you want.
Yeah.
Obviously, he's Groin de Gras.
By the way, before we started moving, I pulled the extra seasoned chicken I had out of my bag and gave because it seemed like Grau really wanted to cook some chicken.
Yeah.
So I gave him the extra chicken I had brought from the camp. Gave it to him.
Okay.
I put
Like
it all in my mouth, and then I pull out, and then there's just a drumstick left, and then I give it to the cat, and I wink and say thanks.
I just dropped the bone.
Okay. All right.
So if people are riding Groin, are they not exhausted?
Well, if you put Leo Sin on him, then he would be at least considered resting for this journey, and
Yeah.
would slowly become less exhausted quicker. Yeah.
That's
sure.
what we're doing.
Okay.
We're putting Leosin on his back.
All right. You do so, and about just before dinner time the next day, you Pied Piper your way with the help of Nine, all the way back to the village of Greenest, which appears quiet. Other than the sounds of people working, it sounds like they're already rebuilding. There's lots of activity for the people who are still here among the living.
Straight to the keep.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Yeah, you head to the keep. You see Sergeant Markuth as well as a much larger force of guards who appear to be training larger patrols, larger people just milling about the keep. Anyone who recognizes you, sees you coming in, there's some strange sort of scared looks at the lizard, but when they see the lot of you, who are a very clearly identifiable bunch, you're hailed like heroes, and people are like, people like kind of waving, saying hello, but they can kind of see the serious nature of your entourage here. People sort of clear their way once they see this. The guards at the keep quickly let you in after only taking a moment to recognize who you are, Markuth among them, who quickly escorts you into the ground floor of the tower, which is still being used as a hospital of sorts, considering some of the damage to the sanctuary. And the priest who you rescued, along with lots of other injured people, are here. Some of the not so severely injured are sort of acting as nurses or helpers in many respects. And Castellan Escobert the Red comes out and greets you once someone goes and gives him word that you are here. He comes out of his back office. Says, "Oi,
Escobert! We've returned!
you're back in
Yes.
one piece."
A long journey. But we're exhausted to go in and I'll debrief you, but we need rest, and my friends here probably need your healer, your priest, to come and help.
He kind of looks down and says, "Leosin,
We've managed to bring him back.
he's
Just
alive."
barely.
Yeah.
Yes.
Some
help
of
pull
his
him off the
pupils
dragon.
are in town. They said that They told you what had happened, that he was missing, possibly dead.
We managed by the skin of our teeth. I'll tell you the tale in a little bit, but not out here. Let's go inside to
Yeah.
the keep.
Yeah. You're in the ground floor of the keep at this point. Like he's come out of his back office. Similar to where you stayed before among this area, they're kind of quickly trying to clear out space for Leosin and then the other 2 prisoners and you all to sort of gather and lay down if you want, do whatever.
Yes.
I mean, I'm exhausted. I need a
Yeah.
rest.
As
for
soon
sure.
as Leosin is in the hands of a healer, I just check out.
Okay.
Go pass out.
She's like, yeah, get some sleep. We'll talk when you're ready.
Okay, but
and
you got to wake us.
they give you your space.
Yeah, wake us and a short. I mean, give us a few hours, but we should really be moving on very soon. Yeah, like a normal long rest.
Okay. All right.
Please don't wake us up after 3 hours. I will kill you.
All right.
Where are we located when we're sleeping?
You're in the ground floor of the keep, which is kind of just like a hospital conversion area right now.
Are there any like areas on the floor that are like harder than most, like made out of more like uncut rocks, like
Yeah.
a staircase even?
Sure.
Gra curls up on a staircase. It looks really uncomfortable for everyone, but he's reminded of home, where like the rocks are jagged, and like the best places to sleep are like on really jagged rocks.
like those nail beds.
Yeah, he sleeps like a
Those rocks.
baby on a stairwell.
Okay. On that note, I would like everyone to switch over to your
Oh yeah, I can do that.
Woo! We
Character
get
sheets.
more boobs.
More boobs.
More boobs. How do I do that?
Just go to the player character
PCs.
PCs button and click the level 3 version of yourself.
All right, now shit's gonna get real
Change
hard.
the name of. Hold on.
Now there's with more dragons.
Yep.
Congratulations, you've now unlocked more dragons.
Defidi, earlier I kind of asked about this. So is it the cleric level plus the wisdom modifier is the number of spells that I can have prepared?
1 second, and I will confirm that for you.
It should be 6 if I'm level 3.
Sorry, I'm just looking at the name updates happening here. Spell casting. So number of spells that you can prepare a day. Is that what you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is wisdom modifier plus your cleric level for any
Yeah, so
spells. that
cleric-
have spell slots.
Cleric level 3, and I have a plus 3 to wisdom.
So yeah, 6. Yeah, so,
So 6, okay.
And it
Okay,
should.
cool.
Actually, I guess that's not a thing that automatically happens there, but yeah. If anyone is changing, anyone who prepares spells is changing them. I think that might just be Oric.
I think I get 1.
Yeah. So for your new spell, which one do you want?
Heat metal.
Okay. Okay. There you go.
Thank you.
And oh yeah, let me long rest all of you.
Emphasis on the long.
Yep.
Very long.
Jesus Christ, the titles.
That's the deal with Goliaths. Their middle name is what they've accomplished.
Perfect. All right. So we can montage our asses off here if everyone's good with that.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Essentially, you all come to. Leosin's at least much more highly functional at this point. The governor and the Castellan, Escobert the Red here, have arranged a meeting and a feast for you all to recover some of your strength, but also talk business. The governor is immediately, a little bit uncomfortably surprised at your lively return. He says, "You all are way more impressive than we could have imagined." And he kind of looks at Leo Sin and he says, "I assume you all have gotten some good information. Anything you can tell me, anything that we hoped for." He's looking out at you all.
Oh, So we've gathered a lot of information, and Oric prepares to tell them everything that he heard around the campfire, all the stuff he heard about talking about the leadership, how Resmir seems to be the main guy in charge, his particular interest in Leosin and the importance of getting Leosin out of Greenest as soon as possible to protect the town itself. And yeah, that's a lot of it.
Okay. At the mention of this, a much more rested Leo Sin kind of winces. I suspected Resmir was involved in this region. In the town of Baragost, came across him trying to remain disguised as a dragonborn or something. He was trying to make his true nature a little less clear, and with him were some of these other cultists. I had assumed they were tracking me. I was there studying some information I had recently gotten in Candle Keep, trying to discover what it is this cult was after, really uncovering no more than stories I've heard before about their aims and their goals, sort of tracking down powerful dragons, trying to bring them back as Draco Liches.
Oh shit.
What's a Draco Lich?
It's a dragon that is sometimes brought back from the dead, but remains among the living, if you follow. Sometimes they do this to recently kill dragons. Sometimes it's a ritual of sorts.
Are they stronger than regular dragons?
In many respects, you could say that they are.
Oh, and then
It's a zombie dragon. He looks at you trying to explain in Gra terms.
can you kill it?
It's already been killed.
And you make it not live anymore?
Potentially you could do this with anything. Either way, beyond these old tales and these old practices, I don't know exactly what it is they're up to. Perhaps this horde they're gathering, maybe they're trying to make an offering, maybe they're trying to lure a particular dragon of power into their fold. Many old tales report things like this. People trying to court a dragon, sort of proclaim the benefits of Draco Lichdom, if you will. Either way, we know where their main camp is, where a main horde is. What I'm afraid we may need to know is what in the fuck they're doing in those caves.
Orig says, well, I might have an idea of that, and I'm afraid you're not gonna like it. And from his pocket, he pulls the little egg, the worm egg, and says, so, this was inside the body of one of the prisoners. I hate to say I had to kill him to make a proper escape. He would have died anyways. He puked this up, and I show them the egg, and then later on around the fire, they were talking about similar screams that this prisoner that I killed, that they heard coming from the cave itself. I believe they're breeding dragons.
Oh, Oric, I think your grape's gone bad.
I don't know. Has
Are
it?
you still holding it covered in the
Yeah,
cloth?
like I'm holding it like this, but enough of like
It
you
feels
can see,
feels a little less warm to the touch right now.
Okay. Does anybody know about dragon eggs? Can I put it in a fire?
I do my I got a knowledge about that.
Okay.
Can I put a dragon egg in fire
Let me
I'm proficient at campfires now.
and let it? I feel like this is just knowledge. You don't have
Yeah,
to.
I've studied dragons and their lore for many years. I can automatically identify locations built or used by dragons. I can identify dragon eggs and scales by sight.
Oh! Oh shit!
Snap.
Identify that shit.
Okay.
I look at it.
You let Krennic examine this thing?
Yeah, but
I
it's like
look
this.
at
My hands are cupped around it.
Yeah, I don't need to touch
So
it. I just need to look at it.
Well, you can't see it until he uncups it.
Yeah. Well, I slowly, like, I'm trying to keep the heat inside. Like, I want to still keep it incubated.
Gry looks down. That's a rotten egg.
So
you
I mean,
got
like, how are
there."
you presenting it? Are you like kind of opening it up?
Yeah,
a
yeah.
little bit?
But I mean, can you see? I'm doing like this. Like,
Yeah.
my hands are still cupping
Little
it.
peekaboo.
But
Like a little bird.
I'm
Little baby
showing.
bird.
Okay.
check
You
out
do
this
not.
clamp.
You do not see this sort of clear gelatinous grape that Oric initially saw. You see more of like what a hard-boiled egg would look like when it starts to sort of congeal and solidify. You see this thing, and it looks almost like at this point like a small, very round, just regular like chicken egg, like that we would see in real life, you know. And it definitely doesn't look like a dragon egg to you. And you're not exactly sure what you're looking at, but there is like a slight scratch at the back of your head. Roll a d20.
It's definitely not a dragon egg.
Through
Oh, it's definitely a dragon egg.
through my interest of peeking at it,
Yeah, 9.
I would say through my interest of looking at it, and through all the tales I've heard, does it have any? Does it resemble any markings I've heard through song and tale, or through
In
the
history?
annals I've read in history? Yes.
Yeah. You could take a peek at it as Krennic, your curiosity is just so overwhelming. You thought you would know what this was that you almost like trying to poke at it real quick. Go ahead.
I
and roll
poked
9.
the egg?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Now I think
I only
Wait.
saw Krennic roll, not 9.
I haven't done it yet. I should have a full proficiency in history now.
That's
Oh yeah, what were the
definitely
3
not
that
a
you
dragon
were
egg.
that you
It was
were doing?
history.
Okay.
I'm trying to remember right now.
Maybe you snagged a
Insight,
hard-boiled egg.
and I want to say athletics. I wrote it down. Fuck it.
Well, you can
I know
put-
that those
you
were
can
the
put whatever 3 you want. I don't care.
Yeah. And I'm gonna do history now.
Did you? So
Okay.
sorry.
Wow.
Did you already do change your history and insight to full
I just
stars?
did history and insight. Yes.
Okay, so I'll change and then athletics.
I'm looking for the other one.
I
I
got
think
that
it's
history
athletics.
check, you didn't think it was gonna come in handy. Now's the time.
You see Krennic kind of like peering at it, like he's like almost about to poke it, like he's so perplexed that you quickly snatch his hand away.
Oh.
And you've heard about this. I'm gonna let you deliver a tale you might have heard.
Well, I don't know what it is. I want to give a tale, but I don't even. Am I just
Well,
making it
you're
up on the
about-
spot?
You're about to
You
know
can
what it
you can
is.
interpret this as you want, but this is the
Okay.
gist of it. Let him digest that for a moment while I take
Okay,
take
yeah.
a minute.
Oh yeah, let me get a drink.
Casey, I think you get to spout lore, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that'd be great.
And if you can spout lore that like allows us to maybe redeem whatever this thing is by putting it in a fire and let it
I'm
incubate.
gonna try. Almost who it
If
is.
you're putting it in a fire,
Hold on,
Grod's
it
gonna
goes
snatch
down.
it from your hands.
If it's if it's a fucking dragon egg, or
Yeah. Well, guess what? He's proficient in fires, in fireplaces.
so you're gonna like light a fire?
Like I'm legitimately proficient in campfires. That's my
So
thing.
Are you?
Yeah.
If you can incubate it, I'm all about that. But if you're
Yeah.
gonna take it and smash it, because I'm gonna be honest,
No,
I
no,
don't know what Graw's intentions are.
Like I'm just saying, like when I became level 3, I got to become proficient in an artisan tool, and I chose campfire.
Nice. Okay. Well, but if there is a fire that's like, cause I don't. What time of year is it? Is it warm? Cold?
Doesn't matter. It's campfire time, man.
Okay.
But I mean, we're
campfires are-
inside a keep. Maybe there's already a fire going.
I gotta write something down really quick.
I'm proficient in cook's utensils. So if there's
All
a
right.
campfire, it's a different thing.
Let's high five. Let's do it up. I'll proficiency campfire. You can proficiency campfire tools, and then we'll turn it and incubate. Casey
I
will
mean,
spout
history
lore
has-
about it.
Before Fitty gets back, we could have a baby dragon as our pet.
And that's
heard
all
that.
she wrote.
Wait, what? Did you already share it?
And that's how the DM
I'm going to in a
dies.
second here.
Do you ever watch these back
Okay.
to see what we're
Are you guys
secretly
ready?
talking about? You do, don't you? You
Let
do.
me read this
yeah,
one more time.
you do.
Just so I get it.
Not
so I can get
lately.
it back. One sec.
Definitely don't go back on this one.
Yeah, this one's not good to go back on.
Oh, okay.
In fact, if you could just stop recording 5 minutes ago.
Edit that part out.
Yeah.
Oh, are we?
Okay, are
Rolling
you ready? I'm
points?
just about to
Oh,
shit
oh.
to you right now.
Fiddy, real quick, before you do,
Yeah.
as part of the Dragon Scholar,
Uh-huh.
I do that identify dragon exit scale by sight. If I fail an intelligence check to recall lore related to dragons, I know someone or some book I can consult.
Okay.
Unless the DM rules that it's unknown. So
Uh,
even though I rolled a 1 on the
yeah.
knowledge, I might know, like, okay, there's someone I know who knows this.
Like
and,
Leo
and,
said.
and as you're thinking that, you turn to 9, and in your time together, you remember him talking about some weird tale
Oh shit,
that he
9
heard.
knows this.
I look at
Alright.
what's in your hand and I'm kind of gross. My face goes to like just grossed out. Has he found this in the stomach of the man? Work.
Yeah. I found him.
Ah,
I
this is called. They call this where I come from. Taking the worm. With
And
every
you,
dragon.
you see numerous little things kind of poking and protruding out through the
Oh,
congealed
God
egg right now.
damn.
Numerous worm-like shapes are trying to punch through this thing and crawl out of it at the moment.
Ugh!
Grog
His
holds
reaction to
back
get
the
back.
vomit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait.
Does it release an awful stench?
Wait, but you're an owl. Don't you like worms?
No. Are you racist?
You racist bitch.
You must be one of those people that thinks all owls love worms. No, I'm
Grog,
kidding.
even Grog looks down in disgust like, oh, you're racist. Son
I'm
of a
sorry.
bitch.
Yeah,
I'm from
Groz.
the
Wait,
mountains.
uncultured wee little man.
I'm from the mountains where birds are normal. Sorry.
So what you're holding there, my friend, is
That
a
is
baby
no bird.
Grimla.
Oh,
What?
Grimlaw. Wait, are you saying Grimlaw is gonna be a daddy?
Yes, I guess. It needs acid to survive. From my understanding, it needs the acids of stomach of the human stomach to survive.
Wait, for humans, can it be like other things?
I've just heard of some growing
Yeah,
inside
I mean,
the
you
stomachs
don't know
of
the
humans.
specifics, 9. You just heard tales about this process.
They call it the worm
that
sickness.
son of a bitch.
How long does this process take?
And does it kill the
I'm
host?
uncertain.
Does it kill the
Grog
host?
looks at Oric and says, Critic, you like worms. Why don't you swallow it? Like sarcastically and like looks straight at work.
Definitely do not recommend doing that.
Ah,
These worms can easily infest you and give you wormwood, as they call it.
is there a cure? Is there a cure?
Death.
I turn to wait. Is Escobert still in here?
Yep.
Someone should go and get Earl and Delina. They might
You
have
totally
these in
fucked
their
their names up.
stomachs.
Except for Daryl.
Daryl and Daly.
Seriously, we found one who, had these in his system. Who knows what Daryl and Daleen have?
Okay.
Oh, nailed it.
What do they have?
Answer is.
Are you going to check on them?
What does Escobert think?
He's kind of like, well, if you think they've got this, then yeah.
I don't know
Check
where
them
they're
out.
at. I don't know where they are.
They came in with you all and were being treated down on the ground floor of the keep, which is just down the stairs from the...
Yeah, I rushed down to go get him, I guess.
Okay.
I'm
Bring
gonna
him back here.
go over to Grimlaw and be like, Grimlaw, I believe this is a baby Grimlaw, and I'm not sure what to do with a baby Grimlaw.
Are you still holding this, thing partly revealed?
Yeah.
Literally, it's almost congealing darker and darker as time goes on, and more of these rotted black worms are sort of crawling out around it at the base of it, almost feeding on the outer layer of the egg itself. kind of like eating like a hard-boiled egg.
This is happening in your hand.
It's happening in your hand inside the cloth that this is wrapped.
Orc,
It's like
I've seen this
Grimlock.
before.
Grimlock's kind of like looking at. Doesn't smell good.
That's
Can
what
I?
needed. No, don't eat it. No, here, I'm gonna put it in the fire.
Orc,
You
This is a
don't
bad
think
grape.
whatever this is. You don't think it's giving birth to any Grimlaws anytime
I
soon.
heard that this was a tradition that the young kids were doing nowadays since the cultists. They all want to just be taking the worm. It's ridiculous.
I believe they call it tide bombing.
Yeah, so I mean, you don't know. I mean, you're familiar of the rumors of this practice of people in certain cults eating these worms. I mean, the one thing you do know that Krennic you're able to verify is Nine sort of sharing this tale with you. The interesting part that triggers in the back of your mind is the source of such a thing. And the source of it, you know, is from actual proper dragon eggs. When dragons lay clutches of eggs, any single egg within them is usually swarmed with a dozen or so of these little healthy worms, who all kind of vie for dominance, very much the way chromatic dragons act when they're adults. And they pretty much just devour each other until the strongest one is left. Eventually, the one that survives is the one that grows and hatches and becomes a dragon.
That is disgusting.
Wait. So you mean what I'm holding is
Yes, that's why my face got grossed out.
a dragon clutch?
It's kind of like
So-
almost dragon egg residue. Like these worms sort of coexist within a dragon egg, and the tale that Nine was sort of recanting has to do with people ingesting these worms, and occasionally gestating and having adult kobolds come out of them.
Kids these days.
Okay, so this is kobold stuff or is this dragon
I
stuff?
just told you my tail. Listen
Dude, I'm
to it.
confused as fuck. Like, so they
Listen,
eat each other, and it says that it's
You
a
can't. I
dragon.
already told you. Just listen to what Nine said. It's a baby. It's a baby Grimlaw.
Okay, I mean, I heard you. If it's a baby Grimlaw, I don't fucking want it. I'm gonna burn it with fire. But if it's a
Do
fucking
it.
dragon,
But you did just tell Grimlaw.
No, it's Krennic, you don't
Yeah.
believe that it's a proper dragon egg.
okay,
You
then I'm
believe
throwing
you,
it in the
you
fucking
believe
fire.
these are like sort of
told
worms
you.
that feed or
I
sort
heard
of
you.
spawn from the dragon egg.
Yeah. Okay. They spawn from the dragon egg gives birth to these things.
All,
like
all you
maggots that
know,
live in the
yeah,
eggs.
exactly. They're like maggots that live on and around the eggs.
And the maggots are these just pieces of shit that fall off after the eggs have been cracked and birthed, and then.
So like when a mama dragon
Jeez.
just out a bunch of eggs, probably in the goop.
I was just
are a
trying to
bunch of
give you
these
the information
worms.
you only needed.
Got it. Okay. So when I
Alright.
get down to sickbay, where Daryl and Delene are they okay?
Roll a
Or are they
medicine
drooling
check
idiots?
just to kind of examine them.
They're
Roll a
twins.
what check? Sorry.
Medicine check.
Oh.
To do like an examination, if you will.
Fuck, I don't know. Are they drooling idiots?
They're not
Give
drooling
him a
idiots.
scimitar.
Yeah, I
Are
know.
Are you asking them anything, or are you talking to them?
Yeah, no, I
guys
bring them back. I
idiots?
say, you need to come with me right now.
Okay.
And
Oh,
I
don't
drag
show
him.
them. Don't show
They
them.
can kind of feel the worry in your
Don't
in
show
your voice.
them.
They come with you.
All right.
What's wrong?
So yeah, we get up there, and we say, I'm just gonna describe the whole thing to them because
Alright.
I'm really bad at this.
Yeah.
This came out of the other prisoner, and we're worried this might have happened to you. Was there some kind of ritual they did? Did they feed you anything? Nine, can you tell if there's early symptoms or
I've
any
only-
kind of thing we can
I've
do for
only
them?
heard the tales, and then they start to cough.
They say,
Have you ever coughed? Have you coughed?
They say, This man who coughed this up, he was another prisoner.
Yeah.
Well-built man?
Yes.
He was a former cultist that they threw into one of the tents with us. Apparently did something wrong.
Oh.
Perhaps... I don't know, like, they're kind of just like... it's like no other prisoners died in such a way that when we were in the camp.
Okay. That brings me comfort. Thank you. I'm sorry to worry you, but should you start coughing,
Vomiting.
please see
See a doctor.
Escobar.
Call-
He'll
yeah.
help you.
If you start
Escobar's
puking
like-
up small grape-like eggs with worms, vomiting uncontrollably, then call your local doctor.
Get your affairs in order. You can return to sickbay. Thank you.
I kind of nod and hobble away.
Oh my god. Could you imagine if they're just force feeding these people this? I
That
say
sounds-
within
that sounds
earshot.
awful.
I mean, maybe it's like an honor in the cultist society to.
I think it is, but that guy was probably not a cultist.
The governor says. I mean, I presume like they kind of get like a recount of where you found this camp, all of just the basic details, beyond all the stuff you've said, you know, in terms of the specifics. The governor pretty much just says, you know, like, you've done what I asked. All we can do is prepare and try to defend our town the best. Leo Sin kind of looks at you all and says, I need to get back to El Toro as quickly as possible. Anthor Froome and the Order need to know and be prepared that we truly do need more men on the ground tracking this lot. Until I can make that happen, I'm afraid I'd like to ask you all to carry on with what you've already been doing. Says, my request is twofold, and I'm willing to make it worth your while if that's what it would take.
Ooh.
He says, we need to be subtle, and we need to use subterfuge and caution. Something you lot should be familiar with. He's looking at Nine and Krennic.
Gra in the
Says-
background goes, subtlety is my speciality, and he flexes real
He says, we need to know if they truly have dragon eggs in those caves and what their next moves are, what they're planning. Which leads into my second hope. And that is, we need to know what they're doing with this treasure hoard. More than anything, that will tell us what they're doing and why they're doing it. Both of those things would require you all, when you're ready, to return to this camp you found.
Jesus.
So let me get this straight. It's the place that we just came from. You want us to go back there?
A death trap? Full of hundreds
says,
of people?
We saved you.
He says, and I thank you for that, and because of that, I will be able to return to our base in El Toro and start mobilizing people and formulating a plan.
When you say worth our while, what exactly does that mean?
Mobilizing 2 people? 3?
He looks at the governor in a sort of knowing way, as if he knows what the governor's just paid you. He says, I can't match exactly what he gave you, but as of now, I could give you 150 gold pieces each if you complete this mission on behalf of the order that you're already serving.
Yeah, no,
I think
know.
this is a fair bonus for doing the dirtier work.
I'll say. I'm not happy about this at all.
150 each or 150 total?
Each.
Gra laughs.
He's
Gold
kind of
will
got
not-
a wry, knowing smile of what he's asking you, and he says, Says, I believe you can do this, and I believe it will be the most invaluable thing to all of us right now, but I don't recommend letting yourselves get caught.
No shit.
Gold cannot buy honor for my family. I will help you for free. And I throw his gold back at him.
I walk away.
I catch
Just
the
laughing.
gold for you.
I'd
walk
like
away
to
just
roll
laughing to
against that. I
myself.
purposely throw the gold
Oh.
at his feet.
I don't. If you're actively trying to get it out.
I don't want it. It's an insult to me. Like it's like I'll do it because I want to fight the biggest thing possible.
Okay.
Um,
He gives you like a nod of respect, so yeah.
As I walk away, I laugh all the way. Because what did he say was the last thing he said to us?
So he doesn't recommend getting caught.
Oh yeah, don't get caught. I fucking like elbow Orc as I walk by. It's that easy. Just don't get caught. Get some money. Just
Well,
don't get caught.
I mean, I guess we saved his ass, but we didn't do what we were supposed to do, I guess.
I mean, you kinda did.
I'll have
Parts-
no
I mean-
problem getting not caught, and I'm stomping off and like the ground shaking.
Fair. To be fair, our quest log did say find Leosin.
Yeah.
And we
Yeah.
found
Yeah,
him.
we did.
and
We did what we were
we
supposed
did
to.
it. And I just updated our quest log to say go back to the camp.
What happened to the egg?
It's
Uh,
in the fire.
Yeah.
I wanna try and catch it before it goes in the fire.
It's burnt up. It's dead.
I didn't get a chance.
No, you didn't
I
get
know
a chance.
because I did it. Yeah.
Sometimes you just don't get a chance in life, Grog.
Guess what, dude? We're
Well,
going
let's
back
go
to that camp.
All right.
You
Well,
want to go
there is-
get another one?
There is a rule. There is a rule number 6.
The DM's always right. Yeah, I know.
Never waste
my favorite
a good
rule.
egg.
I think that's number 1, Fitty.
I think it's rule 0. Yeah.
No
Um,
rule. Well, we don't have a rule 0 yet.
All right.
So-
All right.
So just a question.
Grog,
for-
roll d20.
You don't have to let me. I mean, it could go in.
No,
the
this has
fire.
nothing to do with that. Trust me.
Is this going to be the number rule this is?
This is if I just die.
All right, you can't get out of your mind the picture of Langdedrosa Cyanrath just slinking back into that war tent,
That son of a
mocking
bitch.
you. The wound in your neck just throbbing, the tattoo on your manhood just
He mocked
you almost
me?
just want to
Throbbing.
stretch it out.
I was past that. I didn't know he was mocking me.
He wasn't mocking you, but you know you saw him from your cliff vantage point with Leo Sin.
I do want
And-
to kill that man.
I mean, I just imagine your shameful one-hit defeat to the fucking guy.
It
it's
was more
just-
like blocking a sword with
Yeah.
my neck.
Okay.
I do have a question.
Sure.
Did we, because we rescued prisoners and we did come back with Leosin,
Yeah.
was there a reward for anything that we just accomplished?
I mean, you were basically paid to kind of do that already. I mean,
I thought the payment for what we did was saving their asses from the dragon that was circling around them.
Oh no, the governor had offered to pay you to go after them and investigate them and try to learn what you could about them.
He paid us a lot too, didn't he?
He paid you a lot.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
And
I remember this.
considering what they had just lost, it was almost like everything they had.
Aww.
Well, that was
Jesus.
nice of them. Now I feel
Oh,
bad.
yeah, they had nothing. They're eating nails and glass. They're poor.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
I
How
mean,
much money do we have
Leosin
then?
basically tries to convey, like, it's like we have nothing to go on about what they're doing and what their next moves are. I understand this is a big ask, but this is a time that calls for heroes.
I wanna
You all-
look back
You
at him.
all are the best and brightest we had back in Alturil, and we've been putting our faith in you.
I definitely want to look back at him upon the hearing of the brightest. You do realize you're sending us to our deaths, don't you?
Yeah.
All right, I'm in. I'm in.
Hey, at least we're level 3 now when we go back.
Yeah.
Oh,
Uh,
Yeah.
God. We're
Yeah.
dead. Let's
I-
do it.
I want to stay.
There's lots of like serious but like yeah looks around the table of people being like yeah.
I mean,
guys
out
can
of
do it.
character, Gra does know
Great end of the
path
movie
on
song.
Right.
Gra does know
knows
what?
The lay of the land. He knows the lay of the land on the right-hand side on the cliffs.
Yeah, he does.
I traveled it.
Yep.
Saved a man.
I want to have a moment, an aside with Leosin.
Sure.
Just after all this, happens, before, as the party's like walking away or something, I'll stay behind, talk to him, and say, I owe you a lot.
Oh,
And
this music's great.
Wait, do you?
I do.
This is mentor.
He owes you now.
Well,
Yeah.
hey,
All right. Do it.
I owe you a lot.
Yeah.
And
You're not here, Gra.
You saved me in my time of need, and now I believe that debt has been paid. I think this is where our paths will diverge. May they cross again in the future. I'm following a different way than you.
Oh, fuck.
I hope you can
kinda-
respect that.
He kind of
Full.
nods and says, I understand. Does this mean you're leaving us in the Harpers as well, young watcher?
Oh, no.
And he kind of smiles and clasps you on the shoulder and he says it's only natural for pupils to explore their own path. Not all are expected to follow their masters. But I'm happy to have brought you this far, and I'm happy that you'll stick with us. I feel like you have much to offer.
Wait, what's
Kinda
going
just-
on here? Are you turning gay or
He
straight?
kind of just nods and he says, "I need to get some rest, but please find me before you go. Let me know what your plans are." He
Alright.
says, I don't want to rest for more than another day or so myself, but I mean to get a horse and some of our other colleagues," and he's kind of referring to the guys who had the broken staff and amulet who made it back to town. He says, "And we're going to ride to El Toro as fast as we can.
Hey, we
Start
fixed your
forming a
staff.
plan."
And amulet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We did.
And rescued your ass
He
from
knows.
the forest on a cliff.
Alright.
All right.
Don't forget it.
The meeting is dispersing.
That's it.
You all may do what you like.
Oh, I have one more. Aside with Gra. As I catch up to him. And I say,
What's up?
I agree with you. I'll do this for free too.
And then I high five I get feathers to fist.
For now, I'm assuming Grimlaw is kind of just like bathing this lizard in the stream, kind of where you snuck into the sewers over there, like trying to show him where some rats are.
That's fair.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I hope he's like, Grimlock, come inside the cave.
Yeah.
Come eat all the rats.
Yeah. Yeah, that's definitely happening. All right. What do you want to do?
Well,
We can hand wave through whatever you want to go to whatever point you like.
I think Rob would like to have a celebratory drink before he marches off to his death.
Yeah, I mean, you can take as many days as you want, really.
He would like one night,
Okay.
just go out to get some grog and get drunk. And
I
maybe
do
get a tat-
too.
Maybe get a tattoo.
After the
on your leg.
After the
Tall tales.
severity of what has passed and what you've seen, and the exhaustion's worn off a bit, and you've had some conversations and some meetings, it occurs to all of you that you never heard any horns again. And you never heard signs or from guards or other people in town of spotting anyone approaching the town. For the past several days now. I mean, however long it's been since you first
Yeah.
touched back in.
I mean, they're not coming back to loot. They don't know where Leosin went.
Did I hear myself? Do you guys hear me twice?
You're
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
Google Hangout twice.
Oh, yeah.
The fuck? I never left.
Google just cloned you.
I'll test.
I
mean-
Let me,
Yeah, like one of you are muted in here.
let me close this.
Yeah.
There you go. Now you're still here.
But like different
Now
icon.
there's gonna be 3 of me.
Whoa.
We can
Test,
reconvene.
test.
Another one of you.
What the fuck?
Maybe rejoin. Wait, let's let me should we redo another one?
Yeah, this is amazing.
I
you
don't
can't
know.
boot 'em.
I don't know how that works because will it make a new thing? Drop my thing.
Like we'll have to join a new thing.
Thanks, Google.
Okay.
Or just
So-
mute your other thing.
You can't mute his clone.
Yeah, you can't mute his clone if you can't control his clone. That's
But
the
you
number
can
one
mute his
problem with
team.
cloning, Kyle.
You can mute his TeamSpeak though, right?
The music is it's still echoey.
Yeah.
Oh, weird.
Aw.
Let's make a new one.
Make a new Google
Alright.
Hangout.
Go ahead.
Yeah. All right, let's do it.
Yeah.
Stupid
That's
Google Hangout.
stupid.
That is awesome though.
We found it. We found the loop.
Ow.
There we go. I hit answer, but I'm gonna need
Me
a
too.
regular link because
Yeah, I got
Google
you.
Still
Hold on.
doesn't let me click. I hate that.
I
I
got
win.
you, Bebe.
I win.
Back go.
Oh, you do win. Win hard.
Back
Are you guys already in there?
yeah.
Yeah, we just linked it like
What the
8
fuck,
times.
dude? Yeah, I know. I see the links, but I clicked it and I was the only one in it.
I know.
This is so
I didn't
fucking
know
weird.
what's happening.
There we go.
See,
We're in.
Google.
I don't see anybody.
Google.
Test.
Oh,
Two
you're in
Davids.
twice now. Oh,
Two
we got
Cases
two
and two
Cases,
Davids.
two
What
Davids.
the fuck?
Dave's in twice.
Wait. Test. Test.
No, wait, it's
Oh yeah, you're only sounding once.
I only hear
What the
one.
fuck, dude? Weird as shit.
That's
Dave,
cool.
what about
I'm,
you?
I'm down
You
with
can
it.
probably hear me twice though.
No, you're
Nope,
only once.
you're good.
But there are two
Stupid
Davids
ass
in
fucking
the
Google,
chat.
dude.
All right.
Just let it go. It's
What's
fine.
happening?
It's fine.
All
right.
I need to pee.
Okay.
Okay.
That's what's
Do that.
happening.
We're gonna have our night of drinking. I'm gonna
Yeah.
regale the tale of what we just did to all the townspeople here over a night of drinking and beer.
Cat,
Are
do
you all
the-
still dressed like dragon cultists?
Oh no, we changed. Like
Okay.
before we got into
At
greenness.
nighttime.
I've
Yeah,
still
that's
got
fair.
my red bandana
Yeah.
tied around my head and
Yeah,
my
that's
eye patch. But
Although-
the eye patch is fake.
Although I will take the dragon, like the dragon
Mask?
cultists mask and the more regalia type elements.
Yep.
Cause
Yeah, it's kind of just like it's regular leather armor, but it's like very stylized, you know.
right. I'll take all those like.
It's kind of like those.
stylizations
It's
off
kind of like
there.
those fucking Korean Soul whatever Overwatch skins.
Oh,
You
And
know,
I'm sure
it's
Nine
like that
wants-
dark black with instead of gold, silver trim.
probably wants some of that trimmings too for his disguise kit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll take all the little things I can take or get for that shit.
Are we're all drinking
Um,
booze?
I want work to just disappear for like a few hours.
Okay.
Because he has to kind of align himself with Moradin
Hmm.
and get kind of realigned. He's spent too
Yeah,
much
just
time
just
away.
align him, give him that alignment stream right now.
He's
The calibration
doing,
stream.
I mean, and his alignment, of course, is just he's just making
making
shit.
water.
Yeah. No, not making water. Calm down.
Alright,
yeah.
Gra wants to he wants to drink with Cat and
Mhm.
Bird. Cat and Bird. He wants to have a good drink
Ah.
and when he's nice and drunk, he's looking to sit down at Cat.
Okay.
You know, what up, my cat?
Your Cat. I want to look down at you.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Fondly, and I want to pat you. I want to get you by the scruff of your neck, you know, like give you the old scrunchy. And then I want to say, Cat, my leg got shredded today, and I lived through it. I want you to help me remember it.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Give me something to remember.
I take a big sip of grog.
Yeah.
Give me something to remember
wait,
my victory over Groin.
You honor me, Grog. I would be so happy and honored to do such a thing for you.
Help me to remember Groin, who one
What?
day I wish to defeat with my bare hands.
Because Nine is drunk,
Yeah.
he had disadvantage on what's about to happen.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah.
Grob pulls up
Is this
pulls
sleight
up
of
his
hand?
pants leg, like his
Yeah.
balls hanging out, and like he just offers his shredded leg up as you know, as a canvas.
Honestly, for 9, I think it's just a straight dexterity check. Kind of like most tool things are basically a stat. But you would get proficiency bonus too, so it'd be +6. But with disadvantage, so roll one more.
Oh,
Great.
perfect. Perfect. One of my balls is hanging out of my underwear. I've got like this leg that's just magically being held together. Do your best. Do your best, cat.
What are you trying to draw?
Yeah, what did you, wait,
Something
where
to
is it?
commemorate my victory over groin.
Is it on your leg?
Yeah, it's on my it's on my
Like
leg.
incorporating the leg scar?
Yeah, and one of my balls is hanging out of my underpants.
Oh, I'm gonna try to find
Alright,
something.
yeah. You guys figure that out.
Take your time.
Yeah. Alright, that's happening. Oric is praying, Grimlaw is feeding his lizard pet and sort of hanging out near the riverbank.
Have you ever successfully tattooed me?
Krennic, you're, I imagine, pondering
One time.
your new path in front of you.
No.
Feeling some of the new manipulations you're making with the key forces inside of your body. Oric, there's new... Is that Grimlaw?
It's little baby Grimlaw.
It's a smarter version of Grimlaw.
Yeah, Oric, you're having all sorts of new conversations with Mord into this night. He's telling you
really?
more and more of his secrets of the Forge.
Ooh. Yes.
You got a
Tell
weapon
me.
like this.
While Nine is sort of doing God knows what on your inner thigh and groin
Taking me
region.
a long time.
You're watching his deft hands move, and you're almost pondering how your axe or your iron comet could move in interesting and different ways, and thinking about how you might take these strange new thoughts that are wrinkling in your large tiny head, well, actually your large tiny brain inside your small head. You're thinking about that half dragon, that blue scaled bastard, and maybe thinking about new ways you might overcome him in the field of battle in another one-on-one honor fight.
Graw's mind wanders off to looking at the stars while dangling his little feet over the cliffside. Like he sees the campfires, he's just looking up, pondering the universe, like, I am so small in such a big universe.
What are you laughing at? Why
Down to
can't
a
I
few.
see it?
Okay. Wait, hold
Oh
on.
shit, did you link me? Alright.
No, not yet. Not yet.
Whoa, I just joined and refreshed everybody.
God, none of these are great. Okay. Well, I'm just gonna share my screen.
Okay.
What did I get?
Well, there's this guy, which is too cute.
Oh, that's good.
There's this
Shark.
one.
Oh, that's just like the guy who fucking sharded up my leg.
Yeah.
That
It's
was
like
just like the guy who fucking mauled my leg.
and then there's this one.
Oh, yeah,
That's
look at the
awesome.
jaws. Look at the
awesome.
jaws on that
Like
guy.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
It's stupid.
What the fuck? Cock sandwich?
Oh, yeah.
If I
Yep.
could do something like this, but with like a patch of hair, you did.
Yep. Yep.
Oh, my
Using
God.
like his very long, sprawling, numerous trails of
Yeah.
pubic hair
I mean, it's
to
basically
be
like a shark
incorporated into the
bite.
tattoo.
It's like a shark bite taken out of my leg, and then there's like a ball hanging out.
Yeah.
Do
I think
what you will.
I think
Well,
I think
that's,
it's gotta be this one or I think this is the best one. But instead of the flower, it's like Grimlaw and
Yeah.
Grog,
Okay.
and then the monster in the middle.
Okay. All right.
I'll try-
Grod looks down as it's
Can you
happening,
incorporate
he
that
laughs.
and then like just modify that shark guy into being the land shark?
I'm gonna draw this right now on my surface.
Okay. All right. All
I
of
need
that
to
is
draw it.
happening through this next night. I mean, all told, it's probably been like 4 days since you left that camp.
Time to go back.
How much more time do you think you want to take?
I mean, as long as
Do
my
you actually want to
tattoos-
go back?
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean no, but yes.
I mean, I've got a question. Do you think we should maybe try to disguise our armor in some way or something? I think they're gonna know who we are.
That
If we-
might be good. That might be good. We
Maybe-
left a good impression.
Maybe we could all use a haircut or something. I don't know.
Oh, haircut! And I look down and there's no hair on my oiled body. Yeah, haircut would be good.
Well, maybe we can change out your eye patch for something a little more different.
Yeah, it's fake anyway.
Oh,
I lift
Gross
it
still
up.
wearing that?
Yep, I got my red bandana and my eye patch on. It looks cool as shit.
Krennic or 9,
Mm-hmm.
or even Auric, you three may make a intelligence check.
What are you saying? I'm not intelligent enough?
You're being tattooed right now.
Is it a
Oh
save?
Fucking
my
fuck
god,
you.
Jesus!
Hey, Fiddy, is that a save? Intelligence save?
No, just your stat roll.
Check.
Oh.
Okay.
Ordic, especially you. I
Especially you.
Alright,
mean,
Krennic is
and
taking a shit.
9, who was disguising himself quite well amongst the camp members. You have no reason to believe that anyone there would suspect anything to do with any of you or your appearances at this point. If anything, you, Auric, made a pretty solid impression with the camp of Blue Dragon worshippers.
Okay.
Krennic the opposite, like is he fully fearing everything?
Yeah, Krennic's probably a little terrified right now.
What if we fall down?
Okay, perfect. Fiddy, did I recognize any kind of, I don't know, symbolism of blue dragons, like tattoos or like any kind of symbols that they wore, or?
Look,
No,
dwarf.
most
I
of them
saw
just
the blue man.
had things like as simple sometimes as like a color swatch, like armband tied around there. Sometimes it was just a cloak. Most of the tents were kind of color coded. And then beyond that, there was the generics of these dragon claws and sort of having the black leathered with the masks, the initiates having these maroon robes, and now 3 separate leaders all having these very, very fancy royal purple looking clothes that they wore on top of their armor.
Okay, so were there ever any initiates that also had like the cloaks,
With the colors?
yeah.
No, definitely not.
Okay, and any of the guys wearing the officers wearing the black armor like 9 has, was there anything unique or special about them that 9 isn't representing in some form or fashion?
You don't think so?
Okay.
You did a great job, dude.
Okay.
Specifically, they want us to go back to camp to just find out why they're there. Like that's our quest.
Well, it was a 2-part thing for Leo Sin, who's again in your time knowing him. Sorry, I have to find a thing that I dropped on the floor. I'm gonna keep talking. In your time knowing him, he's been studying and following the cultists for most of his life the past few years. Krennic, this is how you came to know him, and he like again, this whole sort of union of the Order of the Gauntlet and the Harpers was largely driven by Leo Sin and Anthar Froom of the Order, his trust in Leo Sin, and the information he was trying to provide. Anthar's big thing was basically trying to get most of the powers, most of the larger cities and organizations of the Sword Coast region to try to get them to back up Leo Sin's concerns, but he was afraid he wouldn't be able to do that without any kind of substantial evidence. Obviously, the attack on Greenest is a fairly large display of evidence, but all in all, the past few months, especially the trip to Greenest, was in the interest of sort of just nipping at the heels of what Leo Sin thought were the major broad movements of what he was calling the Cult of the Dragon, and until now, no one had really been able to prove. he has conveyed to you all that he thinks he has enough information to at least return to El Turil and start getting Anthar Froom to take action on some of these proposed alliances and start trying to get other people behind trying to put a stop to whatever it is these cultists are up to, whether it's trying to resurrect a Draco Lich, who the fuck knows. He, in his current condition, and you all in your heroic states, has indicated that the most important thing to him right now and to the events and the days ahead are trying to find out what it is they're up to. If they're actually trying to nurse and hatch dragon eggs this close to the Sword Coast, to major cities like Candle Keep and Baldur's Gate, that's a real fucking problem. And then beyond that, if they have this massive hoard of treasures that they're caravanning around, it's kind of like follow the money trail, follow the fucking paper, follow the gold coins at this point. He wants you to go here, figure out what is going on in this cave, if there are actually dragon eggs. He doesn't really know what to do with them at this point, but if it is there, if it is something they're up to, people need to know and be prepared. Beyond that, he's hoping that you can perform this reconnaissance and track down wherever they're going with this caravan of treasure, what they're doing with it. If they're just keeping it in this cave, great, maybe they can send forces or something like that. But those are the two main prongs of what his hopes are for you.
Okay, so out of all those checkboxes, we can confirm they have tons of gold in caravans, like Graz seen it himself. They're breeding kobolds. We can confirm that for sure. We don't know if they're breeding dragons, but we heard rumors that there's dragons in a cave, and we don't know where they're going next.
Right.
So we know 50% of everything he wants us to know.
Yeah. Yep. So whether that's you trying to interrogate someone, uncover something in writing, track them, follow them.
Oh, we could sneak in. We could steal the commander's journal.
We could do that.
So, I might have a better idea, and they talked about how initiates have the honor of going inside the cave.
Oh, yeah.
And it just so happens that I believe I've started that progression. There's a chance that I could get inside.
I just wanted to remind you, so, typically when initiates go into something like that, when they work for the Order, you will be coughing up big black sacks, perhaps.
Oh, how they get in there?
I do see your point. However, I'm also a dwarf, and there's no way in hell I'm gonna let them do that.
Do you think they'll let me become an initiate?
Oh my
And I'm just like camera pans, I'm flexing like uncontrollably.
How could they say no to
Can
you?
Can I look around for any kind of red material that may work as initiate
Disguise
clothing?
kit. The fuck
Yeah,
out of it.
remember, if we had been wearing the disguises when we walked in the front door, we would have been dead. Like, that was like the wrong thing to be wearing.
No, you're right. You're absolutely right. But
Yeah.
there was a time when it was time to wear
Yeah.
the
Once
initiate clothing.
we're in, we gotta wear it.
So Oric is just gonna kind of look around for now and see if he can't get create something that maybe fits Gra a little bit better than like a sock.
Like some curtains or some drapes or something. You like rip
Yeah.
them off the wall.
Oh yeah.
A tapestry?
There is definitely a small shop, family owned and operated, that has not been burned down. That has all kinds of fabrics and goods that they seem to trade with people who come through on the road here between Baradusk and Baragost.
What's the family name?
Fuck you. That's what.
Excuse me, Mr. and Mrs. Fuck you.
It's a forgettable name.
I'm looking for some materials, and also, by the by, do you have any
books on crafting just by chance. I have a particular
Alright.
interest in crafting things.
Like, what kind of crafting?
Well, it could be pretty much anything, but if you have anything on maybe magical items that maybe no?
No, no, lad. But yeah, we sell all kinds of textiles.
I'm sorry, did you call me lad? I'm probably about
Everyone's
100
racist up
years
here.
older than you are. Anyways, so no, you don't have any books.
No, no books. Sorry.
How about some cloth? Do you have any cloth that kind of matches this material?
You see a bunch of just bolts of cloth everywhere. Says, let me go check in the back. And she kind of heads back, and this is pretty much just like a converted home turned into like a storefront shop at the front area that you're in. She goes
Okay.
back. You kind of hear her going through a couple of rooms. She returns with like a half bolt of cloth that's pretty similar in color and tone.
Okay, I will purchase it.
Okay.
What are the chances that the people we rescued can owe us a favor?
100%.
I mean,
110%.
you could
more than 100?
you could ask them for a favor.
200%.
They'd be dead and coughing up eggs
Okay,
if it wasn't for us.
I tried to make this as good as I could
Oh, the tattoo!
Did you?
in the best way possible.
I was wondering what you were grinding on.
They recognized you, Oric, and they refused to accept payment for the cloth.
Oh!
Ah. Oh. Oh my.
Wait, hold on, Wesley.
Oh my.
Oh, yeah! That's what I'm talking about. Yep.
100% you're like,
Like an
Yeah.
alligator clamping down on my leg. Yep.
Yeah.
This reminds me of similar tales from a different D&D experience.
Drew his head too
hand in
big.
his mouth, not his leg.
Well, he rolled a 2. I mean,
That's true.
it's pretty good for a 2.
Like, yeah. Afterward, you're like, oh, I guess I could have used more colors.
Yeah. That's what I say the next morning when I look at it.
Yeah.
And Gross
Right.
like, oh, I need to work out. Yep, perfect.
That's amazing.
Oh, that's a good one.
Oh,
That's a good one.
brilliant.
Like, I want the crocodile to, like, hang down like it's a faux dick.
Oh, that's great.
Great.
So
work,
does that go
man.
on your thigh?
It goes on my
Where-
thigh, right over the scars of the reptile
What's-
clenching down on
What's
me.
fucked is that it's like basically a fresh wound. So as scar tissue grows over, it's just gonna even look more ugly.
Yep, that's all right. That's what. That's all Gra wants. Like he wants to remember the victory.
Okay. So,
Oh man.
all things told, what's the game plan? Like, what are your preparations? What are you doing? What are you?
Can I talk
doing?
to Escabert, but
Sure.
also we can talk about what our actual plan is.
Yeah, and we can go out of character a little bit if you want, for just to sort of move
Okay.
through
I-
some boring bits.
So I guess we're going back. I want to talk to Escabert about any books that he might, like dwarven lore kind of books that he might have on crafting, magical items, since I was laughed right out of that store. And then do you guys, I mean, I guess we're going back, yeah?
He says he doesn't have anything, but if traders come through, and they often do, especially on their way to Candle Keep, to make a donation or a trade with books of interest, being that Candle Keep is the largest library citadel in known existence.
Where's that?
He would make it his honor. Candle Keep is on the coast over here.
Okay.
It would be his honor to take down a description of anything you might be interested in, and personally speak with any traveling merchants or people who come through carrying such goods.
Okay.
And that should you make it back after this next journey, that he'd hope to have good news and a gift for you.
Okay, I tell him to explore common, dwarvish, and elvish texts.
Okay. Anything of interest beyond the language they're written in?
Particular interest in magic items. There's not a specific item per se.
Okay. Interesting.
This is a general reaching out of trying to figure out what is good.
He kind of gives you
magical items.
like a real solid dwarven like when it's more like, I'll see what I can do.
Perfect.
Okay.
Okay. What do you
Anyone
guys?
else? Anybody else? You can collectively. We just talk about what are you doing? What are your next steps?
I want a
No need to-
montage.
I want a montage too. I don't want to linger.
Yeah, I want a
Alright.
montage of me and Krennic. I wanna learn the ways of the spiced chicken.
Oh, we fucking get to cooking.
Yeah, I want to
Jesse,
show
we
him.
gotta cook.
I want to show him like the fireplace. I want him to put his feathers on my hands and show me how to wave the spice onto the chicken. And I want. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and like we taste it. We both taste it. It's a little fucked up because you're an owl and you're eating a chicken, but like I go with it because it's tasty. It's good.
I go with it too.
Yeah, we make some good spiced chicken.
All right.
Yep.
Yeah, you already. I kind of just put it generically as under your professions, Gra.
Yeah.
As,
I got proficiency in cook's utensils.
Yeah, I've got tool just cooking for you, Gra. But you can sort of have the flavor of it being flame-kissed, fire-based
Yeah.
cooking.
Yeah,
And you know what else? Those people we rescued, they owe us their best recipes.
Oh.
Ooh. Yeah, what do they know?
Okay.
Yeah, because we already know stuffed. What is it? Spiced stuffed
Spiced,
field hen.
spiced
Field hen.
fowl.
Yeah,
Yep.
field hen. Okay. One guy's got a homebrew recipe.
Ooh.
Yeah.
He calls it Greenfields tea.
Okay.
And it's a special kind of tea, if you know what I mean.
Ooh.
Oh, I don't know
And
what
he
you mean.
describes a certain type of plant that grows and thrives here in the Greenfields region, which is pretty much this entire region here.
What's the plant? Is it a specific plant name?
It's a greenfield weed, they call it.
Greenfield weed.
All right, add to montage. We're gonna go get some
Yeah.
weed.
We collected.
Right,
Okay.
yeah, and we're
The,
bringing mine
the
with
other-
us
Dance
to
back
smell it
to
out.
greenest.
The other
Yeah.
woman you rescued says, "I can't cook worth a lick."
Oh yeah, I love catnip weed.
Yeah, we're gonna go find some of that catnip.
Catnip weed.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Uh,
Cook worth a lick?
no, she's got nothing to offer you other than her sincere
Well-
gratitude.
Well, can you fight?
You can spar.
That's a legit question from
She's no, but I am skilled when it comes to mending.
Could you
she,
mend me a cloak?
I'm already fucking making you one.
He's double dipping.
I don't know that
Let him-
though. Well, could you mend me one? It's probably gonna come out way better if Orc makes me one. Alright. Never mind.
Okay.
And I hope you have a
Awesome.
whole bunch of that catnip.
Yeah. I want to get really good at my cooking as well. And
It could be fun. We could be in the middle of battle. We just make like a, like let's make a an apple cider and ham dinner.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be cool.
Those recipes go perfect with each other.
Yeah.
This
And if
really
we
is
cook
starting
well
to sound
enough-
reminiscent.
If we cook so good, I want it to give me like a +1 on.
Or like stun enemies. They're like, oh my god, I need that fucking that glazed ham. Give me a piece of the glazed ham.
In our work lunch game, Dave and I pretty much have just gone off on our own to entrepreneur something called Grubhub in the game. 'Cause
My character's name.
it's everything you're talking about.
Yeah. That's honestly, we don't even know what the point of playing is except to make Grubhub. Like we're like
Oh my
we're
god.
like we don't know what the quest is, so we're gonna make Grubhub like a serious contender.
And it's so far so good.
We are the people's choice.
For menial fees, we'll deliver food right to your home.
Okay. Okay, I got you. Ordic on that. Yeah, that's fine. How many of those do you want?
I need 2.
Okay, yeah, you can find them. Unfortunately, they will be accepting payment for that.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go
is
ahead
there
and
a
subtract
discount?
that. I mean,
For a great skill in battle and saving their asses from dying
Yeah.
in fire.
What are you buying? Dial does?
I would say that what you would normally appraise at 50 gold worth of a platinum ring. The initial asking price here was kind of double that, just because of the remote location. So
That's insulting to you, isn't it?
the discount would be, instead of those 2 rings costing you 200, they would cost you 100 total
100 total.
for the 2 rings. Yeah.
If it's not in ring form and it's just straight platinum that could be fashioned into a ring.
There's no one here that just has like raw platinum ingots or anything.
All right, I'm gonna wait. I'm not gonna
Okay.
drop all that
Yeah.
on it.
Yeah, no worries. Okay. Anybody else have anything they need to do? Nope.
Nope.
Great. Okay. How are you planning on going back to this camp, if that's what you're doing?
I mean,
Same way.
if it ain't broke, don't
Yeah.
fix it.
Okay.
All them tracks.
All right.
Yup. And our
is-
footprints.
Be careful of. We're not gonna walk right into that ambush at the gorge again. We're gonna be aware of that shit.
Yeah, right? We can just go around it at this point. Like, Gra knows the way. Follow Gra! Ha!
Do you know the way?
I know the
You
way.
do know the way.
So, Grimlaw is traveling with you. Seems to have this lizard well under control.
This
Who's
is...
chomping on a still living sewer rat as he rejoins you as you all leave the keep. Grimlaw just sees you all approach, and he's sitting on the back of the thing. He just says, "Grimlaw!" And he still
How
has
does
the rope sort of reins that you made him work.
How does the monster react to Gra?
It appears pretty passive right now.
Gra, like, itches at the scar and fresh tattoo over his leg. Looks over at the monster and keeps walking.
Okay. Are you all moving back towards the camp on foot?
Yeah,
I'll walk. Yeah.
I'll walk too.
Okay.
I'll pick up Cat and put him on my shoulder.
I'll fly every, I don't know, hour or two just to do
Okay.
a little quick circle.
All right. Are you?
Now, one more thing. Did we just leave the fucking lizard there?
He's with us.
No, it's with us.
Grimlaw's riding on it right now.
Okay.
Oh.
That makes me nervous, but okay.
It makes me nervous too.
I mean,
We're taking him right back into the belly of the beast.
And
yeah.
we put a retard on top.
All right. Are you? So big question here is, it was probably about 15 to 16 hours all told, based on your more roundabout path. If you're following that again, are you breaking that up, or are you trying to
should-
just go straight through?
We should take one rest, so that way we're not risking an exhaustion by the time we get there,
Okay.
or while we're there.
Yeah.
All right.
To the campfire!
Okay. On your journeys back, you hear some distant sounds, but nothing that makes it seem like anyone heard you or spotted you. You're free to keep moving if you wish.
What did you roll out of curiosity on that 20?
7.
Okay. That was our whole fate in that 1d20.
All right.
So moving past them, just staying,
Mhm.
laying low. Okay. All right. Let me get something up here.
I wanna be conscious of wildlife as we're.
Okay. 1 sec, please. So,
Excuse me.
you get back just outside the camp. Are you kind of doing the up on the ridge approach, or are you going through the main kobold camp guard tower region?
I know the way, guys. I know a safe route. Perhaps you'd like to follow me. Remember rule number 1.
Always trust the god of your games.
No, wrong.
Oh,
A deep
sorry.
valley is full of rocks.
oh. I don't know what that means, but okay.
So, how do we want to proceed?
Yes.
Do you
Does that
know
mean were
where we're
taking
supposed to
them
go,
up on the
Ulrich?
cliffs?
Well,
Yeah, we're overlooking the camp.
Okay.
Point to us to which way we need. This is like Ocean's 11 up here, dude. How do we get in there? Where are we going?
Can
I'd
you
like
actually pull
I
the
wanna-
map up again, Fiddy?
I want to lead them towards where I saved Leosin.
Okay.
Perfect. Thank you. I don't want to go. Well, unless we're doing reconnaissance, I don't see the point of staying up on the top part
right.
because we have to get within the camp, and if we're up on the top, we're basically like it's obvious that we're trying to infiltrate or do something
Here's
dastardly.
my idea: is that they can't see us up here. We can get around to this place here. We can also fuck up this guard tower over here and see everything. But like maybe there's a way into these caves, like through the top that
So-
we're not seeing.
As you're surveying the camp from your vantage
Yeah.
point up here, one thing is very strangely clear. That in the past 5 days, this camp, along with the caravan, has completely broken down and disappeared. There are
What?
still several tents on the outskirts, kind of near the kobold regions here. And you can see people, not kobolds, milling about at those camps. Some of them dragging like dead deer and other livestock behind them and kind of field dressing these animals. Towards the back of the camp, you do still see some guards posted outside the cave entrance.
Okay. Okay.
So-
There are lots of very, very clear, deep track marks leading out of the camp in sort of wild patterns down the main path that goes out that way.
So are there any tents in the area that I highlighted in black?
Yeah, some of a lot of the tents are still standing. Some of them have been broken down. Some of them look like they're just fallen over on the ground. The
Okay.
only activity you see people-wise is around these tents here, which are mostly still up and near the mouth of the big cave to the east.
This reminds me of my father's 8th lesson. Use the mountain to your advantage.
Well, why don't we just lower down in front of the cave via rope?
Well, I mean, there are guards out front. So I know going into the camp's probably the last thing we want to do, but I believe I do have a way in with the blue dragon camp.
Do you
But-
think I could get in with you?
Well, probably, but they may recognize you. I don't know.
But they don't recognize him as anything bad, right?
I don't think so. But Grawl, no offense, and Auric looks from his 4 foot nothing up at your 8 feet whatever. you do kind of draw a little bit of attention to yourself.
Even with my disguise, and I pull the red thing around my head and my eye patch down a little bit.
I don't know what to say.
I think I look great.
Just tell him it looks good.
Well, I mean, you do look good, I guess, but I'm not sure. Like, if we're gonna have to get inside the caves, I don't think killing the guards is gonna be the best way to do it. Perhaps we can be invited in, and that might be the best way.
Right?
Okay.
Do it.
Does anyone need a ride down?
Are we gonna go down right here, or can we go around to the front?
I might go around to
We
the
can go
front
out of the front, yeah.
to be safe.
To the front of the cave or the front of
No, no,
everything?
Front,
Of everything.
over here. Front over
Wait,
here.
hold on. Before we make that decision, Gra surveys the landscape. What does he see below him?
You see a bunch of people who look like hunters. They appear to be just lining like numerous catches essentially, and they are skinning, flaying, defurring, basically just creating strips of cookable meats from these corpses right now.
So the camp, like right here, is it populated?
Yeah, so this is where you see these sort of very ranger hunter looking human types. You do see some kobolds in this red area, and you're not sure exactly what you saw near the mouth of the cave, other than there were humanoid guard looking shapes near the entrance.
What about the black area? Do we see anything there?
The black area is where, yeah, you see some of those hunters, the black and that darker
Okay.
blue.
Oh, Fiddy.
Yeah.
Did we roll hit points?
Oh, did anyone want to roll hit points?
I will.
Yeah.
I'll fucking do it. Let's do it. What we
Okay.
got? A D8?
Yeah. Well, no, you are. I think maybe it's a D8. Hold on.
Actually.
You are a D10.
Nailed it.
3 plus con is 5.
God damn.
Whatever, it's,
Okay, what
it's
the
cool.
fuck were your old?
You
hit
get your
points?
con.
Hold on. 1 second.
Fuck, dude.
See how fast I just rolled that? Hesitate.
Fighter hit point.
Probably should have hesitated.
know what?
6. So you would have had fucking 8. So instead of 8, you get 5. So you're at 23 hit points.
Not bad.
There we go.
Oh, there we go.
Oh,
It's a
so I stayed the same.
D8. It's the same, right?
Yeah. I rolled average.
What would I roll?
You with are probably a D8. Let me check.
Stepping up though, everyone's rolling.
Dude, can't just let you out there, hanging out there in the
Oh,
wind.
thank you.
Yeah, you're a D8 bard.
See that 8?
Is that a D8?
That's, I mean, it's
D8.
close.
That's a D8.
That's close. You know, not no cigar, but
Yeah. So you had 7. Now you have 4.
that's the same difference as me.
0, 19.
It's cool.
Auric.
I'm taking my flat 9.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah,
my
yeah.
god. But odds are you're gonna do well. We all fucked up.
Grimlaw's
did
rolling.
average,
Gets a 5 out of 6.
right?
Oh, Grimlov rolled.
What about groin? Does groin level up?
Boom.
Oh god. Is groin leveling up? No.
Better not bite me again, or I'm gonna punch him right in the face.
Fuck.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Conan punching
Yeah,
a camel.
Camel.
Yep.
Yeah.
Punch him right in the fucking mouth.
Alright. So, what are you doing?
I mean, I assume we have to infiltrate the camp. Does anybody disagree?
No, I think we need to.
What's my angle? Am I just walking in with you guys, or am I a Wookiee, or what's the deal?
I don't think you're a prisoner.
Okay.
I think that we should just, I don't know, walk in and figure out where everybody's going.
Yeah, let's just do it. Let's.
All right, we retreat
Okay.
back
Do
to
the
the
thing.
front.
Alright. Should we put a bookmark right there?
Oh no!
Probably.
Yeah,
This is gonna be a big
1:30.
one.
It seems like a place where we're gonna encounter 100 people.
I mean, the camp overall feels very sparse compared to what you encountered 5-6 days ago.
I thought you were trying to call me by my name. 5, 6, 9.
9.
Nine.
Okay. We will pick up with you strolling back into the
Just
I did-
walking through the
mostly
front door.
abandoned camp.
Dude.
I
next
did
week.
not want to be back here.
Krennic. Found something awesome. Hold on.
Ooh.
Ooh.
I think if it's... I close it really quickly. Let's see. Oh, yeah, it's pretty cool. Pretty cool for monking shit up.
I'd be so sad when Gra dies. Like he knows how to cook. He high fives feather people. He's got a cat on his shoulder all the time.
You kill it, and then you burn it till it tastes good.
Yeah.
Simple.
But that's why I like him. He's beyond that now. He's got like a tattoo map of his victories. His nickname is the
His
Iron
Iron
autobiography
Comet.
is on his body.
The Iron Comet, survivor of dragons, savior of monks. That's
Jesus.
that's episode 3.
Khaleesi.
Yeah.
Khaleesi,
No, that's
please.
that's like Goliath's middle names are their accomplishments, right? So like
Oh,
every episode he's gonna get bigger and bigger and bigger,
With better and better tattoos.
Perfect.
Or worse.
right? They're only gonna get better.
Yeah.
Where did you link me? Casey, where'd you link me?
I sent it to you.
Where? I don't.
In the Google Hangouts.
In the Google.
I don't see it.
see.
Yeah.
I
I
don't
see an alligator biting a man's leg.
that's the last thing I saw too.
Oh, oops. I accidentally sent it to Dave only.
Dave's been sitting on this
Nice.
information the whole time too.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
It's
cool.
bird people.
Yeah.
I found 2 of them.
That
Oh,
top,
look
that
at
first
Epic
one.
art.
is pretty
Yeah, that's cool.
Oh, there's a turtle man.
Nice.
Cool. I like this one.
Oops.
Like
Why did it send
birds
you the
with
whole fucking
human
thing?
arms.
Dude, Pinterest sucks ass, but this one's cool as fuck.
Yeah.
Dude, it's funny because it works on Dave's, the one I sent to Dave.
I know.
Yeah, that
it's
was one of them.
perfect.
The other one's really cool too. Hold on, this fucking thing.
The one you sent me was perfect.
Yeah, it's really cool.
I thought it
Oh, what the
was
fuck?
Kinnick.
You just copy image and paste image.
Yep, I'm doing it.
I'm trying to get Linda to like model it for me.
Ooh, shit. Oh yeah,
that
that
one's
one.
tight.
Yeah, I sent that
That's
one to him
the
a while back too. We were trying to pick his
Yeah.
look and feel.
You can kind of see like if you look further in, you'll probably
Fucking
find like the
chicken
Krennic's head
research.
that I put on some other
Body.
body.
I like the art that you have.
I do too.
It's great.
I was just looking at
Palindor
these
in
other
there.
ones and I was like, oh, hey, look. It's kind of like Krennic.
That's awesome.
Kyle, this is Gra's fucking menagerie where he just puts pieces of things he's killed together. His taxidermy's next on the profession list. Taxidermy.
It's just people
fucking
arms.
rotting limbs and pieces just stuck together with pointy
Oh
things.
shit!
Should probably become canon.
Look at this. It's Graz a falcon. That last one.
Oh my god.
Yeah. That's fucking cool.
Yes.
Fuck.
Roberts. Oh, there's a good one.